sorry, but I must interrupt this show. Later, you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's time how we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing hot wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we on. They said we strong. They said we go.
Yo! Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of TSWS Game. Oh, sorry, bullshitting on TSWS Gaming. We're on time, and we plan on being on time all the time for the foreseeable future. All right. So Vince, take that. Welcome in back from the dead. Oshus, Vincent Vega, just mentioned him. Big Man Mo, Silent Cypher, Fark, welcome in. It's about to get messy. If you have a spare pair of drawers, we're usually very corporate friendly on TSWS Gaming. Like our ESG score is very high, but this week we cannot guarantee anything for the sponsors. Apologies. All right. Apologies.
You look at our ESRB, it says suspicious.
Today specifically, if you come back like on Sunday or Monday, we're good. But today it's messy. Speaking of messy, we have our special but not really special recurring guest, returning guest. K-Mega.
Oh man,
I love it.
This
man.
He done given TSWS at least 600 followers from the 1,000 plus we have, right? At least 600 single-handedly. He's dragged his followers and subscribers kicking and screaming. He has dragged them to TSWS. Thank you so much, K-Mega. Welcome in. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
After this week. This guy.
I'm thinking that I would normally take offense to your intro, but your introduction for me. But you know what? For today, I think I'm going to go ahead and take those shots because my messy radar is at 10,000, and it's going to go after this show when I do my thoughts video or stream, and then when I jump straight to GRG, the messy train is in full effect. I cannot wait. Let's get this party rolling, man. Let's get it going.
You know who's not going to be on GRG, K-Mega? I'm not going to be on GRG, all right? I'm the PlayStation head. Miss me with GRG, all right?
Why not?
I won't even watch it. I won't even watch it.
Because Loke is like, no to that.
I'm following you for a week. I'm unsubscribing to GRG until 2024. That's what I'm doing.
That's fine. That's fine. If you know what I'm saying. I mean, your IGN employer will not like the things I have to say, so it might be best if you just get unsubscribed for the rest of the year.
Yeah, right.
2023. Yeah.
Hey, Big Bad Mo brought up the Raiders. Oh man, that wasn't bad.
Sorry ass team. Don't nobody care about them.
A dub is a dub. That's what I will say.
A trifling team. A trifling team.
That team gave up on them. Gave up on their coach. That man, boy.
Yeah. It was upsetting. But you know what? A win's a win. A win's a win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sometimes it isn't.
Mo, shout out to you.
Sometimes it isn't.
You know what, Matt? Just for that, I'm skipping your ass. Cozy.
Hey, go ahead and do it. Because I'm planning to say this episode.
Yes.
How are you feeling, Rosie?
Absolutely ish.
What,
How you end it with the ish?
So
bro.
I was hit with tragedy yesterday, and
That's not good.
I'm exaggerating, but so I work pretty far from home. So I get out of work and I'm about to go over to the store, but I make a stop to get some diesel because it's cheap where I work. And then when I get out of my car, my tire is flat. So then I spent all yesterday night getting my tires fixed, and I forgot how expensive they were when you don't randomly get them on sale.
Wait, so you don't have a spare tire?
I do, but I'm not changing it. And besides, it's been there for like 5 years. I don't know if
Guess I could probably need some air at this point.
It's a full size spare too, but I've never touched it. It's probably rotting.
Right. That was fun. That was fun.
I'll tell you try.
Science episode, I'm gonna be catching strays, and K-Mega's enjoying that little comment. All right. Sorry, I forgot to ask. K-Mega, what you been playing this past week?
Avatar, Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, and Halo.
How do you play so many games at the same time?
I mean, that's what a true gamer does.
It's
yeah. That's a lot of games though. Like I can't focus on more than 2 games at a time.
That's because you play
I'm trying
Twitter.
with 3. I'm trying with 3 right now because I'm playing Metal Gear, Cyberpunk, and Starfield at the same time. I'm struggling to do that. Oh, and Football Manager. You know what? Maybe I can cycle through lots of games. Hey, Bunty, walk one, man, walk one. Welcome in. Rob the Don, welcome in. Cozy Beluga, what are you drinking and what have you been playing this past week? Hold it closer to the camera. We have sponsors to please.
So it's
the hell was that?
Oh,
it looks like some
purplish.
demon juice.
It is
like
best
prune
described.
juice.
It's the best described as demon juice. So I took honey. It's like I made it. I took honey, some like brewing yeast, some elderberry, some pea flowers, which give it this color, and
urine flowers.
The pea plant flowers. They have a nice
peas.
mild,
Peas, PEA, bro.
Peas, as in
and a habanero.
Cozy, is that legal? Does anyone in the panel know like if it's legal to make your own alcohol in America? I don't know if that's been
You can do whatever you want in America. Well, you should know that.
Yeah, except for Texas, maybe.
Texas got all types of laws out there.
Yep.
You can't brew your own brew on Sundays or any time after 4 p.m.
That sounds like a concoction that can make a bomb or something. So we might need to call, the feds or something because that habanero
we have sponsors. It's 10 minutes into the show.
We need to call the ATF on Cozy.
Oh my God. We all know the YouTube moderators only watch the first 30 minutes. Let's keep it together for 30 minutes. After that, Cozy, say whatever you want. Just keep it together.
You asked what I was drinking.
Yeah. All right. My fault, I guess. What you been playing then?
I know this is bad, but Starfield. I finished it and I started playing again.
Why is that bad?
Because I finished it and then I immediately was like looking for another game to play, and
New Game Plus.
Then it called you.
Then I was like, I'm not done yet.
Yeah. I want some more. Yeah. I can definitely see where you're coming from with that one. Matt, reluctant.
Yeah.
HR got in touch with me like through the headphones while Cozy was speaking. Matt, what
That's
you been
good.
playing this past week?
Baldur's Gate 3 and Halo.
She says
Lot
it's
of Halo.
overrated.
What's overrated?
Baldur's Gate 3. He said he got it on the high seas and it's
nice.
overrated. So I personally disagree with getting anything on the high seas.
I've played it. I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 3 as well. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
So,
I would
not as much.
Wow.
See, I don't think it's over. I think it's rated just about right, considering the fact that I don't like turn-based games, and it's making me not only play it but very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's rated about right.
Act 1?
Yeah, I'm in Act 2. I'm in Act 2. I'm at the end of Act 2, or near the end of Act 2, I think.
Good times. Good times.
It's a great game.
Spider-Man says because it's on Xbox, that's why.
Yeah.
Welcome,
I wasn't gonna buy that. Oh my god.
Verg, no,
it is a butterfly pea.
What?
What?
4K.
What is wrong with you, Lo?
Right.
You all right? You glitching?
I'm not glitching. It's just Cozy coming in here like from the left, and we're like, what is she talking about? Anyway, Ham, what you been playing this past week?
Well, for whatever reason, I don't know why, because my gameplay was smooth, but it looks like this gameplay that I'm looking at right now is
clipping hard.
Yeah, I don't love it.
What's happening?
I don't love it. So I don't know. I'll try to fast forward through it maybe, but I was playing. See this works fine. I don't know what happened with my recording. Or
hold on. Avatar is clipping. Starfield plays fine.
Yeah. What's the hold?
Come on, man. Conspiracy theories. Someone get in here and support me. This is
I'm not sure if you understood what I said.
Uplift Xbox properties.
I'm not sure if you understood what I said.
No,
I'm just gonna stop you right there because you're just gonna talk over me repeatedly. So screw.
All right.
No.
Screw me.
He misunderstood me because I said the game played perfect, but I don't know what happened with my recording. So, I mean, I don't know what happened with rendering and that, but I had to skip over that. As for what I've been playing, the new Avatar. Yesterday, I just got Ubisoft Plus. K Mega said I was moving at light speed to get that shit down.
Yeah, you was getting with it last night.
For real though, like I downloaded that AC Mirage and Motorfest on my Xbox. And I only downloaded what is that? Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora on my PC. I only downloaded that on my PC because I'm probably going to play the rest on the Xbox. And in fact, they have cloud save, so I'll be able to continue from where I was on my PC on my Xbox, which is pretty nice. And whatever achievements I'll get will pop up once I activate the cloud save on the Xbox. But Avatar, I'm telling you, that game is hot. That game
is pretty damn awesome.
Pretty damn hot. But I've been playing that, Call of Duty. I've been playing a wild amount of Halo.
Hell yeah.
I'm really getting back into that, and I really enjoy it. We actually have somebody that may be joining us here in just a moment. Yeah, should be a pretty fun episode today. Let's see if I've been playing anything else. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Vampire Survivors. That update is here. And it is dope.
We need to get back.
It is dope. And in fact, they got another update coming out like next week too.
Yep.
So there's a lot to play in that game, and I think the next week update's supposed to be like with Among Us.
Yeah, that is paid DLC, by the way, but it's only like $3 or some shit. Yeah, I'm buying it.
Yeah, that's a day one purchase for your boy. I'm excited. But anyways, let's keep moving. I guess Luke's not ready to keep it moving.
Silent Cypher, thank you so much for the super chat.
Luke's afraid of this show.
VG3 is the best PlayStation game that's released recently. That's not necessary, Cypher. We get it. People console walled for it. They look like idiots when they did it. They still look like idiots now that it's on Xbox. It's cool. It's not necessary. All this violence to PlayStation, not necessary at all. Anyways, let's start with the first topic for today, which is Grand Theft Auto 6, a step behind Nintendo Switch 2, tech experts say. It's hot in here. Let me turn the temperature down. All right. Will GTA 6 will GTA 6 launch on the inevitable Nintendo Switch 2, according to tech experts? It seems unlikely. When Rockstar unleashed the record-breaking GTA 6 trailer, it confirmed the 2025 launch on PlayStation 5, Series X, and S, only leaving PC gamers out in the cold. But what about a potential release on the Switch 2, which is reportedly set for launch in 2024? Don't hold your breath, the pros at Digital Foundry said in a recent video. While Nintendo is yet to announce the specs for the Switch 2, we've got a pretty good idea. Digital Foundry's boss, Richard Leadbetter, begins. This is going to be very, very tricky to pull off. If I'm not mistaken, Ham, you've interviewed Richard on Behind Them Sticks, correct?
No, that was John Lennon.
Oh,
Richard doesn't do interviews. I was asking John about it, and he's like, "Oh, that dude's turned down so many interviews. He's like, he's not going to do it." And I was like, "All right, well, but I might get his boy Alex on at some point down the line because he's a big PC techie, so it'd be interesting to talk to him."
Oh, big PC.
All right. Going back to the article, going back to Richard's quote, I'd love to say it would happen. I don't think it will, realistically. He continued, it's a mobile chipset. We've seen a lot of amazing things on Switch 1. Switch 2 is going to be a lot better, a proper generational leap and forward-looking in many ways, but the stuff they seem to be rolling out for GTA 6 is possibly beyond that. I just cannot see it. The Switch 2 is not going to be powerful enough to run all that ray tracing. So I'm going to open it up to the whole panel. Mr. Jonah Doug says something funny. Mr. Jonah Doug says Switch 2 will be the leading platform for GTA 6. All right, bro. All right.
Yeah, right.
Does it even matter?
So, go ahead, Cozy.
Does it even matter? Like, oh, Switch 2 might not get GTA. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Anyway, every Switch player who's off playing, games that are available, Nintendo's games selling 30 million copies. Does it even matter?
Probably not to them, it doesn't.
Well, seeing that, how many Grand Theft Auto games has Nintendo ever got?
Exactly.
They haven't really gotten any since the top-down days.
Wait, the GTA 5 is not on Switch?
No, hell no, that's not on Switch. Switch can't run that.
5? Wow.
No, it can't run that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it could, but it would be so
dumbed
down that it wouldn't even be worth it. I think, I don't know. I mean, because people thought the same thing about a game like Hogwarts Legacy,
right?
And I think
single player though.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, see, and that's the caveat of it. I think that would be the only reason why it wouldn't come on to the Switch 2 is because of the online aspect. But I do think that if the Switch 2 is selling like hotcakes, like I think everybody anticipates that it will, I think that there's exception to the rule. I mean, they got Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and the Switch 2 is going to be more powerful. It's going to be a more powerful. Yeah. And look, they want to Take-Two want that money. Now, I think that it will be the last port, but it won't be. But, it's not going to come out at the same time that it's going to come to PC. It will be after that, maybe a year or two after that. But I think that if Take-Two sees that the Switch 2 is selling at the same clip as the Switch 1, then I think that it would definitely that they would consider it, and maybe even dare I say, look, we'll just give you the single player experience, not even worry about giving you the multiplayer. And giving it some kind of discount rate. So I think that's an option because we're at an age and a phase right now in gaming to where I think the exclusivity situation, it's important, but it's not as important as it used to be. And I think that because these companies want to make as much money as possible, especially you're talking about one of the first companies that implemented the $70 price, brought the $70 price tag back to gaming. So I think that, it's according to what things can be how things can be negotiated. But I would not say it's just not happening. I think that there's a possibility that it could. I give it a 45% chance that it could happen.
I'm still in shock that GTA, people are saying that the last ones were like Chinatown Wars on the 3DS. That is wild. I just assumed that like the two advanced GTAs it eventually get ported to Nintendo like in the next most powerful generation. Like, for example, because like the previous generation before the Switch had like it didn't have the capability for GTA 5, I just assumed that 5 was already on the Switch because Switch, I don't know. Damn, that's heartbreaking.
I don't think that goes to the Switch because I think Rockstar knows that the audience they have for GTA 5 or GTA in general on the Switch is going to play it somewhere else.
Yep.
And they already know that, and there's no point in them. Probably the way they see it is there's no point in them putting resources and time, money into creating a Switch port that's ultimately not what the game should be when they know that people who want to play it on the Switch already are going to play it on PlayStation, on Xbox, when it comes to PC, wherever else they can play it, they'll play it there.
I agree.
Damn, that is wild. Ham, you want to bring it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the show, Big Cloud. What's cracking? Good to have you here.
Yo,
what's good? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Just going ahead and hopping in the conversation. Look, you want to read the question real quick? I'm gonna go grab a glass of water.
Feet so hot.
All right. BitCloud, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, welcome in, bro.
Sounds so unsure of yourself.
Oh no, literally. I told Soul, I was like, bro, there's a 50-50 chance I made this. So I was like, I fell asleep and I got up and I was like, oh shit. So I was like 4 literally on the clock when I got up. I was like, oh damn, I made it. So I'm a lot of this. Don't mind me.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to mind you for the next 10 or 15 minutes. What we do is when we have a special guest
right now?
for the first time. Oh, we are about to do this. Right. This is a tradition. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. So what we do is when we get a guest on, we just ask a couple of nonchalant questions, nothing very serious. Nothing we're going to judge you for the remainder of the show or for the rest of your existence on Twitter and YouTube.
Don't let that man lie to you.
I mean, Logan,
this is
but we won't.
Don't let that man lie to you, bitch.
That's a little steep.
Yeah, man. Don't let that man
That's a
lie
little
to
steep, Chief. Have you seen Twitter?
Look. Have you? Yeah, we live there, man.
Hey, the Three Horizons. Have you seen Twitter?
Oh shit! Oh no!
Yo,
I see that. I see that. I'm crazy.
Man.
Vic, the motherfucking click. Welcome in, Poison Maniac, checking us out. Thank you guys for coming through. All right. Let's do this. BitCloud Gaming.
What's up?
Before Ham comes back. Oh shit. All right, so here's a spoiler. If you can check the screen, Silent Cypher kind of messing it all up. Anyways, here we go. BitCloud, in as many or as few words as you feel comfortable with, right? And details, tell us, how did you fall in love with gaming?
How did I fall in love with a couple words?
Or as many as you
can
like.
You can make the response as long or as short as you want.
Bruh, dude, that list goes on. longer
It's a
than
3
that.
hour
I mean,
show.
personally, I'm just gonna fly
I
out and
challenge
say,
you to bore us.
there's too many games. Honestly, I had to thank my sister for that. You know, she started me into the whole Atari thing, and then ironically, I didn't own my console until Sega because we used to always get everything. So, games that got me into gaming. I mean, let's say Crash Bandicoot. Let's say what else we got going on here. We have Pac-Man. I mean, bro, the list goes on. Honestly, it's too many.
So you can't remember like the one moment it clicked, like, oh,
Moment it
I'm gonna be
clicked
doing
was
this for
when
the
I
rest of my
was
life.
4. Well, technically 5, to be honest with you. I was going through a depressed state. Lost my father at the time, and I didn't really go out as much afterwards. So technically, I kind of found myself like gaming kind of came naturally to me. We used to always sit on the couch, hang out, and it became more of just like I don't even say an addiction. I mean, we could say gaming is an addiction, but it's really not. It's just something we naturally, get into to that extent if if you're willing to learn. So as I got more and more in tune with it, play more games, that's where I just started getting more into the plethora of different kinds, the Street Fighters, those crazier, tougher games. Ironically, I remember back in the 90s, we had those movie license games that were actually some were, you could say that they were cringe. Now we look back at them, right? But here's the thing: they also had a challenge to them. Who remembers Toy Story on the Sega? How ridiculous that game was! And don't get me started with Lion King. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I was gonna say
Lion King
Aladdin was a
was-
demon.
Yeah.
There was so much.
Lion King was a problem.
Bro, Aladdin made me hate the movie. I didn't watch the movie, and I didn't watch the movie afterwards. But that's saying, like, that's just how it was, back then, bro. I legit just fell in love with it, and the more I just got into it, bro, I had fun. Sonic came its way. Becoming a Sega fan at the time, and just naturally progressed. Once I got PlayStation 1, Crash Bandicoot was the game that just made me go, wow, this is where gaming's headed. We're getting that 3D aspect, the whole boulder coming at you and you're running away, trying to get to the little platform. And bruh, it's just so much, like, it's crazy. A lot of people think, though, there's a lot for it. After PS1, so fun thing about this, a lot of people think I immediately went to PS2. I actually did not. I went to the OG Xbox after PS1 because I wanted to try something new. And the first game I got on the OG Xbox was a game that ironically is now getting a remake, or they're getting a full-on remake, and they announced it at the Keeley show. I got emotional for it, and that was Jet Set Radio Future. Yeah, it was on the OG Xbox. I legit lost my mind when I first played that game, and just seeing how simple it was on OG Xbox. We didn't have to have those little memory cards at the time. We had an internal storage. We had all that stuff. It's a lot more fun for what it was. Then, of course, we were all arcade junkies. I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel at that time. So, I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with a certain company called Mad Cats. The Mad Cats light guns.
Snap.
It was always a party at my house because we've got House of the Dead. And we used to play that nonstop on the
game
OG.
right there.
Yes, sir.
That was the game.
Bro, so many good times. Dead or Alive 3.
That's a hell of a journey.
Bro.
That's a hell of a journey, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I missed out.
All
The funny thing is, I was missing out on so many
Mm.
PS2 games that I literally got. I literally, it got to the point where it got a little overwhelming because I remember there was one particular fighting game that you couldn't get on the OG Xbox, and it was Dragon Ball Z Budokai. You couldn't get the Budokai. So you get Budokai 1, but you couldn't get Budokai 2. You couldn't get 3. You couldn't get Tenkaichi. I was like, bro, I got to play these games. And look, bro, when I got into that, I was like, listen, I ain't going nowhere right now. I need to play these. You know what I'm saying? And I was playing Ultimate Spider-Man on PS2. I mean, God, we actually had, surprisingly, we had some good movie license games. At that point, we had Spider-Man 2. Y'all remember that? The OG Spider-Man 2 for the movie?
Yeah.
That was surprisingly good.
That was
Looking
pretty
back
decent.
at that. Even the first one.
Game.
Yeah, they were actually on a pretty good track record. I mean, they're cringy now when we look back at them.
Sure,
But for what they were
good
when
for
they
what
came
they were.
out.
Yeah, pretty good for what they were. So I was like, yo, dude, like, how can you? Yeah, I was looking, I was like, damn, how did I miss out on some of these? But after PS2, literally, I was like, dude, yeah, it's a little tough for me not to go to PS3 from PS2, especially after the whole not God of War, but God of War is one, but GTA was another thing. GTA was damn near exclusive to PS2.
Wow, for a hot minute it was.
Yeah, it took them a long. It took them damn near to the end of the gen to get San
unfortunate.
Andreas on Xbox. And of course, I'm pretty sure y'all played this game. I don't know if y'all didn't play this. I'll be shocked once I say this. But who played the Warriors? On this panel, that was my go-to as well.
That was your go-to. Oh man,
bro,
man, you
I
gotta
love
pop
the
that
movie.
flash, dog. You gotta pop that flash.
Come out and play,
bro.
That's so good.
I lost my mind because of like, I don't know. Y'all remember how good the movie is? I mean, the movie's cheesy.
Oh, the movie was but it was everything. When I was a kid,
that fit right into a game like this. You know what I'm saying? Right. You could fit everything into it. And like,
I did a Warriors cosplay. It was pretty
did you?
Yeah, and like, so then I'm sitting down and it's like 2 a.m. and I'm talking to some other guys, and they walked up to me because I'm wearing the Warriors, outfit. Yeah, and they're talking to me, and I didn't realize that they were wearing the same thing because it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like don't have all my faculties because it's a con. But yeah, somewhere out there, there's a photo shoot of all of us.
Oh, that's cool. Nah, if they ever make a remake of that, we got Max Payne getting a remake. I mean, don't get me started with that. That was crack for us back then, Max Payne. But if they ever do make a remake of the Warriors, bro, that'd be dope if you get a vest or something like that. Like they do some cool collectors of that nature. But Warriors, I was like, damn, this is insane. And of course, after you got the Warriors,
we now have to read this super chat. Hold up. Sir X-Men, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Logue, stop the IGN cap, unsubscribe from IGN. I only read that because he paid money for it. Do not unsubscribe from IGN. All right, subscribe,
should.
follow, do whatever to get the best news on the planet from IGN. All right, they're not perfect. But
they're not. But they are shit.
The hero we all deserve.
They are shit.
So Sir X-Men super chats, but he's not on the panel. What's up with that? What's going on? We're not talking about Three Horizons on this panel, my guy. Pull up.
Oh man.
Oh my guy. Pull up. What's up? We cool on this panel. We ain't about to go over games I don't play. Y'all know my PSN.
All right.
My PSN is public knowledge.
This man, boy, the shots don't stop. Boy, that beef is legendary, man. It does not stop.
Hey, someone knew what he signed on to. He knew what he signed off for. He knew.
I knew it. I was just letting him. Like I said, I'm just gonna give you just enough slack on this rope to let you go ahead and just hang yourself, brother. Let him talk. Let him cook.
Jesus.
Let him cook.
Yo, sir, you brought up Chronicles of Riddick. I could never get into Chronicles of damn Riddick, but I did watch the movie Pitch Black, and then I instantly regretted it after watching Pitch Black. I instantly regretted it.
Really? You wasn't into those movies? Those movies was fantastic.
No, I never watched, I never got into the character until, remember, he shows up first in Pitch Black, that movie with the creatures, and I was like, damn.
But that was more horror, right? Pitch Black was horror.
Yeah, that was more horror. Yeah,
it was more horror.
Chronicles of Riddick, it's a mix. It's not horror. It's not really. Yeah.
I think it's like action. Anyways, the reason why I brought it up on screen is because Chronicles of Riddick, one of the best looking games when it came out, and for years and years, it was still one of the best looking games on the planet. So we need to highlight the fact that was a good game. BitCloud,
yes sir.
I gave you some space on the first question. For the next ones, don't be hedging. Don't give us 50,000 answers. I want one. All right.
One.
Otherwise, I'm muting your ass. I don't care if we follow each other on Twitter. All right. Here we go. BitCloud, what is the best game of all time?
Oh.
My mouse is on the mute button right now. If you bring up 12 games. Try me, bro.
Can I guess what you're gonna say?
Go ahead.
Dead Space.
It's up there.
Not it though. Okay.
It's up there. Greatest game of all time for me.
Don't pick a franchise. Pick one
Pick
singular
one
game.
singular game. For me, I'm probably going to lean. I can't believe I'm saying this. Favorite game of all time. I'm gonna pick this game because it literally it made me get into a genre that I never thought I would actually try. I didn't think I would absolutely care personally. Yeah, I'm gonna stand on my Sony roots in this one. It is a PlayStation game, but I don't really talk. It's one of those games where I didn't think I would actually like, and it would just change me overall. But y'all know if y'all check everything or whatever, you know I'm a Souls guy. Play a lot of Souls games, platinum a lot of Souls games, nonstop.
Okay.
The game that got me into this, and I would say one of my greatest of all time, it would be Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Solid pick.
It's fair.
That's a fair pick. I mean, Bloodborne
That's
is
not wild at all.
yeah. People love Bloodborne.
Yes,
it is. Yeah, they want that more than they want these other Sony remakes.
As soon as he seen
Sony's tone deaf.
he said, "How about y'all could have used that time to just remaster a new Bloodborne?"
Oh, it's not gonna
Damn.
happen when you got dudes saying, "Well, guys, I like this. They have time to focus on their single player aspect. That's what they care about the studio." Like,
All right, we're gonna get to the copium. We will get to the copium. All right, settle down. You guys are very keen to get into Sony's ass right now.
Listen,
Just
bro,
take a
Sony,
breath.
listen,
Take a
Sony
breath, bro.
needs tough love at this point.
Yeah, they do.
Jay Rambert, thank you. Welcome, and thank you so much for the super chat. Says IGN is cheeks on a hot day in the Sahara Desert.
Boy, that's
Been
bubbling
facts.
cruise.
Stand in the crack
Wow.
and everything.
Oh,
Bang.
That
Voice was
description,
stand in
bro.
the crack.
So look, you already know it don't matter what cheeks it is.
No,
They're getting cooked.
no. Usually,
The-
yeah. So bit
That's
cloud.
a-
If you don't watch us on a regular, I usually hate people say something is ass or something is cheeks because I'm like, guys, ass and cheeks is a good thing, all right. But when you add the context here, it's terrible. There's no defending it. Jay Rambert, we get it. I disagree with you, right? That's what IGN is, but to each
I'm
their
sure
own.
you do.
Just damn that
Oh,
description.
man.
That is graphic. All right, next. BitCloud, what is the best console of all time?
Best console of all time? I'm gonna say PS2. I'm gonna
The
say
man
PS2.
has taste. The man has taste. It took him a minute. Like he missed the mark.
No,
with
I mean,
Bloodborne, but
like if
he
you
came right
discount
back home.
the impact, if we're going by impact and just longevity and just the ridiculous
No,
volume of games we had,
Don't tell us what you think the media would say is the best console.
Oh no,
For
no, no!
you,
I'm going by what
not
we've
gaming, for
gotten.
you
I'm talking about what
personally.
we gotten. Because when you were on PS2 as a kid, you was eating good. You never had to worry about not playing a game. You know what I mean? You never had a problem finding a game in multiple genres. Keyword, not I said multiple, not a genre, multiple genres that fit into that mold, and you had something to play. If you were a big fighting game player today in 2023, PS2 was the highlight of your life. One of the biggest highlights of your life. You know what I'm saying? If not, that's probably the
PS1 is my highlight when it comes to the fight. But yeah.
But you get what I'm saying though. Like,
I'm not going to dispute you on it. But yeah, I just was like, for me, the fighting aspect of it. Yeah, PS1 had everything that I could want and more. Yeah. So, but no, PS2
was a demon with Aldo.
What?
Make you uncomfortable?
Yes, actually, it did.
As he he crawled backwards toward you.
Yes, I hated him. He was the one fight that I hated. He was my Yoshimitsu of Tekken. Like I hated fighting Yoshi. in Tekken
Jesus.
when I was a kid.
Really?
You know what I hated playing in Tekken? Y'all remember that machine? What was it, Nancy? The Nancy machine, the damn robot.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's all like
yeah.
you think you beat it, but it's like it's cutting a hole in the ground. So
Yeah.
I think
That was unfortunate.
Oh, man.
Yes, Vincent Vega for sure, dude. Bloody Raw.
Bloody
Tekken
Roar.
2 and 3.
And 3.
Hey,
Yeah.
that was
See,
wild.
Vince, you know what I'm talking about.
Bloody
Listen,
Raw.
yeah,
Oof.
you know what I'm talking about.
Y'all follow Sexman's instructions, all right? Hit the like button, share it out. Get as many people to come here as you can. All right, so next one. And this one's going to be the hardest one, I think. Or maybe not. BitCloud, what is the best current console between the PS5, digital or disc, Series X or S, or Nintendo Switch? Those are the only options.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Come
be
on,
crazy
dog.
now. I ain't gonna be crazy. I'm gonna say PS5. I ain't gonna be crazy.
All right.
Look at K-Man. K-Man's like, come on, Vincent. He tried so
Like,
Hey,
He tried so Hey, listen,
Hey,
K-Man, you're talking to an
this is
actual
more true.
PlayStation gamer, okay? An actual PlayStation.
oh, okay. I got you. No, it's all good,
like
man.
Sensei said in the chat,
You got to
Sensei said
respect
in the
those
chat,
that
no
dreams
longer-
of playing PlayStation, but
No
you
longer-
I
got
mean,
the
listen,
new
no. There's some
territory.
issues. I've called the ball. There's some issues. I ain't gonna lie to you in PlayStation. Like, come on. We ain't going this crazy. It ain't nothing.
All right.
I just
So
saw
you're
the-
officially out of the mute territory. Your gamer card has not been revoked. BitCloud, welcome to TSWS Gaming. And we're gonna continue with the news now. We have verified that our guest is an actual gamer. Yeah. All right. Marvel's Blade concept art show off. Marvel's Blade concept art show off arcane style adaptation. So I don't think I have to read the article here because all of us are really into the gaming side of it. Let's just look at the art. Ham, if you don't mind pulling that up.
You talking about GTA?
Anyone? No, Blade
concept
art.
For Blade.
Yes.
Out of order ass.
What you mean out of order ass?
Have we talked about the first topic that you put down on there?
We did that already, bruv. We were talking about the Switch already.
I forgot because I forgot because BitCloud came. You're absolutely right.
Out of order ass. I'm waiting on an apology.
Man.
No. Go to hell. Ain't getting shit. Keep it moving.
All right. Accountability, not with Ham Solo.
Love you, bro.
Noted.
Oh, man.
Anyways, can we get to the Blade? No, we haven't even started. Let's get to the concept art, guys. We all saw this concept art. Before I let you guys go in real quick, I just want to say, I think everyone's unhinged takes are exactly that, unhinged. When has concept art ever defined what a game is going to become in terms of quality? There's people on one side talking about this is going to be amazing. Look at this art, and there's other people saying this is crap because of the art. It is stupid and asinine. Anyway, BitCloud, you can go first.
What you call bad actors?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. 100%.
BitCloud, tell us what you think about the concept art that you saw, that we all saw this week.
It looks good. I'm interested in seeing what they do. There are some things I am curious if they would do. Yeah, you know how in Blade, when you shoot off like a limb of a vampire, it disintegrates, turns into ash. I'm wondering if they're going to have stuff like that. Really curious to see how the combat is. Like, that's the number one thing. I can't really judge anything until I see how it actually blends from the combat, because it's third person, to actual shootouts. So I got to see how it is. Like Hellblade, like for example, this like I love Hellblade. And with Hellblade 2, the longest thing that I've complained about was the fact that we did not see gameplay, and we finally got the Keeley Awards. And when we finally got that, I'm like, okay, that's all I needed to answer, because like everything else for the game looks top tier for Ninja Theory going into that game. So it's kind of the same thing here. And the sad part is because they kind of already told us after the Game Awards that this game just started production. So we're a ways away before we see any playable demo in regards to Blade. That's the only downside about this. But I just hope they don't rush it. They actually put out there like they need their Spider-Man 2 type of moment with this. You know what I mean? I want them to have that moment. Like I want them to shock everybody. It needs to be that type of game. Out of all the characters, I did not expect Blade was going to be getting a game. I saw Punisher long before I saw Blade. So the fact that Blade's getting its own game is just crazy, but it looks good.
Yeah.
ahead,
Super
Luke.
chat
I know
from
you
Sir
wanna read it.
X-Man.
What's it
Just
say,
for Luke, Metal Gear sucks.
That's a fact.
Laughing emoji.
That's
That's just
true.
facts.
Laughing
Facts.
emoji.
Nothing but
true.
facts.
That's just for Loke, just for anybody. It just sucks.
Thank you for reminding us.
No,
Because
it's
he needs
bad.
to. Loke needs to hear that more.
No,
does.
God.
It does.
Sir X-Man and everyone in the chat. I don't mind. Y'all can send super chats every day crapping on Metal Gear. I will read the fuck out of them because we need
Super chats, DMs,
You're not playing
to
emails.
like
I'm
afford
shocked.
my ticket to E3 next year. So it's fine.
So you're not getting Snake Eater?
Emails, no man.
No, I'm shocked.
What you mean not getting Snake Eater? I already got the new one. The what is it called? The Master Collection. I already got that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
talking about the remake.
Talk about the remake.
Dude, if it's Metal Gear, right? I'm
Mhm.
getting it. I don't
Okay.
even care.
Then why'd you just say
Just
no,
assume.
Loke?
I was
Just
like, I
assume
was
it, yeah.
confused.
Dude,
Because-
anytime I can stretch out
You said
a conversation, anytime I can stretch out a conversation around Metal Gear, like this is a dub for me right now. If we can keep talking about Metal
Stretch
Gear,
out what?
who's your favorite character in Metal Gear? Big Cloud.
favorite character. I'm gonna say Raiden. Metal Gear 3. Actually, no, it's 4. I'm sorry. His Guns of the Patriot look when they first introduced the cybernetic look for him.
Okay, so we're not talking about Ryan in MGS2.
Hmm?
We're not talking about Raiden in MGS2 because I didn't like him in MGS2.
You don't like? Oh yeah, no. We're not talking about that one.
Okay.
We're talking about the
I like
ninja.
that.
Technically, he became a ninja, so you might as well call him. That's what he is. He's a ninja in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah. Which one is your favorite Metal Gear game?
Favorite one?
Thanks a lot, Sir X-Man.
Right.
Phantom Pain. I did not get a chance to fully beat, so I can't really say
You
on
haven't
Phantom
missed
Pain.
anything. You missed
Yeah, I heard a lot of
nothing.
mixed things for Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain it looked
Yeah.
amazing though, but I
Yeah,
do
it
expect
looked
that to carry over. Honestly, I might either go with 2 or maybe 3 out of my favorite, like of all time in the franchise. I might.
Uh-oh.
First one was good too, but
Okay.
I might go with. I might say 2. I might say 2.
Okay. My favorite is
X-Man
4.
trying to get K
obviously.
Mega
Like
mad
4.
now.
See, the thing about 4 was a masterpiece, but the thing about 4 is like there's so much to close, like unpacked in that story. So the 90-minute
You needed the
cutscenes can
context
get
of all
very
the previous games.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I love that he
Yeah.
was bold enough to do that for the game because like they legit didn't leave no stone unturned type of thing. You know what I mean? For
Bro,
Metal Gear Solid 4,
that
and it is
last
a
fight
masterpiece.
On
Yeah,
top of GW, that last fight.
Yeah.
Dude, the music,
the scene
and
with
then
Outer
you have the
Haven where he
life
takes the
bars.
system. Oh, bro.
The
my
life
God.
bars that changed, that transition from the first Metal Gear,
Yep.
the second, the third, bro.
It's a shame that
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 was-
game is a prisoner on OG
All right,
hardware.
we're done here. We're done. We're done.
He said, "We're moving on."
Oh man.
Oh, we can go
Timothy,
forever for that.
This
We
is
can-
not a review.
Say.
This is not a review. Let's keep it pushing.
Wow.
All right, so X-Men with another super chat. Thank you so much. Says Loke, thanks. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 sucks. Payback. K-Mega. I think this one's for you, bro.
Man, stop it. I'm not getting into these weeds on that. Well, hush your mouth. One of the best fighting games of all time. You cannot ever say that. Stop it. Hush your damn mouth.
Hey, Sales, welcome. Says hi, guy. When I can load my
Sales!
when can I loud ass? Can my loud ass be back on the show? I want to talk about the finals. Hey, we need to get you back here because no one's playing the finals.
I need to play more of
and
that
a bunch
game.
of
Hey, you talking about that game is good, yeah.
No.
That's
We're
I mean,
he's not saying nobody's playing it. He's just saying on the panel.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude, people are playing the shit out of that game.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
was
actually
good.
making fun of the fact that everyone is crapping up. Oh, fuck AI, but now everyone is playing it. All right.
Yeah.
So, Matt, thoughts on
Yeah.
Marvel's Blade concept art?
Looks
Hold
fantastic.
on. Before you go,
Go ahead.
Blind Giant, mahalo, man. Thank you for the super chat. Says at work on lunch. Just wanted to stop by and say what's up, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, man. Appreciate you. Matt, go ahead.
Looks awesome. Arcane's concept art always looks great. It's also important to remember that it is, like everyone likes to remind you, it is just concept art, but it looks great. I can't wait to see more of the game. God knows when that's going to be, because, I mean, Big Cloud said it just a second ago. I mean, did they kind of announced like afterwards that we just started production on this. So it's going to be a good long while before we see any more than just concept art, but the concept art does look fantastic.
Yeah. SSMUFC, welcome in, and my heart goes out to you, man. My heart goes. The Bayern Munich game, that was just terrible. We all saw it coming, but it was, it still sucks. You like Bayern Munich? No, I support Manchester United, but we got our asses clapped by Bayern Munich, and now we're out of the Champions League.
I thought you just said Biomutant.
Biomutant, yeah. I thought you were talking about that game. Okay. Oh, you talking about soccer? Okay.
Bayern Munich,
or football,
the
whatever
football
you
team in Germany.
Okay.
Don't whatever y'all call it. It is called football. All right.
Soccer.
No,
soccer.
it's soccer.
Soccer.
Whatever, man.
I mean,
whatever. Get out of here.
Look, dude, most of this panel identifies that as soccer. It's soccer.
Right.
Okay,
yeah. And
Mid-club, do you identify it as soccer?
Even if he doesn't, you're still outnumbered. You're still outnumbered, even if he doesn't.
Let him answer the question.
4.
Yeah, sure.
So 4-5 versus you, Lo.
Yeah. It's
5
soccer.
versus
You know what? It's fine.
And since you're from Wakanda, Texas, you're American, so therefore it is soccer here.
Exactly.
Whatever.
I've never heard a real Texan refer to soccer as football.
They don't even know what soccer is.
Yeah, it's flipped. I never understood that. Football is football. It's a different sport altogether.
Exactly.
That's right.
I mean, what do y'all call football over there? Y'all don't call football?
They call it.
We call it
American
football.
That's
which is just dumb. Too many words. Too many words.
American football.
Too many words.
Y'all lost me with that one.
Because what?
Y'all lost me with that one. I mean, wait, what?
Exactly.
It's the same thing. You just put it in some
It make it sound like the Americans made up the term.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was in England.
Ham. That was made to accommodate you guys. That's what happened.
Okay. It was also made because it's correct.
Football. It's always been called football from its inauguration.
And then we came along and corrected it for you.
The NFL was even formed way before the NFL even dreamed of existing. Before it was even a twinkle in Roger Goodell's balls. All right, it was called football.
As America does, we came over and liberated you guys from
and fixed it.
Names.
Oh my God!
Don't
get political with me.
No.
We left. Then we came back and fixed it.
Yeah.
I think you'd actually be disappointed if you looked up the origin of the term soccer.
Gave you guys a helping hand.
I'm messy.
No, soccer isn't even American in origin.
All right,
yeah,
with another super chat. Thank you so much. He's trying to steer the conversation. I love Marvel versus Capcom 2. Loke thinks it sucks.
Because Loke doesn't know fighting games.
No, hold on. I have to amend that comment. I don't think it sucks. I don't think it's one of the best fighting games ever made. And people that worship at the altar of MVC think that is offensive to the game. So whatever, man. If you think it is, whatever.
Look, you're trash at fighting games.
SSMUFC. I also won't be watching because if we struggle with Bayern Munich, can you imagine Anfield? It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. Anyway, let's stay away from sports. Let's stay away from that. Matt, you were saying something about the concept art.
No, I got my bars off. That concept art looks awesome.
Cozy, Blade concept art.
I enjoy the concept art. I actually think if the game looked more, I don't expect it to, but if it did, I would be like, this is amazing. I kind of would like, I know it's going to be, it's like Arcane, so I expect it to be stylized like there, but I don't know why, I just really wanted to have like, that sympathy for Mr. Revenge, John Wick, the dark colors, lots of neons and bright popping. I think that would be an excellent style for a Blade game, and this concept art gives me hope that that's something that they're going to go with. So I'm like, yes. Like, I didn't think, like, me, I don't really care about comic characters, superheroes, especially
or AAA
Marvel
games.
Yes, or that. But yeah, this concept art has me like intrigued.
Interested. K-Mega, what you got?
Frost is in the game.
Yeah, no, I mean it looks great.
Nice.
It looks really good. The one thing that trips me out about critics, and that's of all kinds, all types, is that the some of the people that you look and see their profile pictures, or that you look through their profiles and they talking about, well, this looks too cartoony, or this doesn't look like it should be on the same scale as Spider-Man or whatever. That's an L. But yet they're always promoting something from an anime, or they got anime pictures, or they got something that's a cartoon look, so, and they're represented it like, the DC animated movies and all that stuff. Like, so make up your mind. If you don't like things that look animated, then why the hell do you promote it or support it the way that you do? Like, I just don't get that concept. But I mean, again, this game, this is Arcane. They got a certain type of style of artistic style of what they bring to the table. So it's not going to look like Hellblade. It's not going to look like Spider-Man. They're going to bring their own vibe to the game. And so, like, and I knew that Spider-Man, that they've worked on Hellblade. I mean, on Blade for 2 years now. And so I think that it's got another 3 years to go, or it could be a little bit longer. It might be an Xbox launch title. That's something else that maybe we might get to later on the show, or later on. But I'm thinking that, but no, the one thing that got me, and I agree with Cozy with this, is the atmosphere. The one thing that's got me excited about this concept art is the atmosphere. It seems dark, but yet colorful, in that dark tone way, like she said, like John Wick. What it reminds me of is when at the end of Blade 1, where he was in Russia. And it was, he was in the club, and kind of like it's that gothic, with the, and I can just hear the techno music, the electronic music in the background. Yeah.
That needs to be in the game, honestly.
That definitely does, right? So that and that's why when people were talking about talking about the setting in Paris, well, that's the vibe. That's exactly the vibe that I'm getting. So I think that they're going to knock it out the park with the atmosphere.
You think Morbius might be in this? Because at the end of the movie, the first film, you remember the guy he saw in Russia that was supposed to be Morbius. The sequel, but they never got greenlit for Marvel. But maybe this is their chance to mend the flames, unless they're doing a full-on origin type of thing where we might see the origin of the vampire strain. Remember, the blood god is the one who created the first vampire. In this case,
I think that's where they're going to go. Right. Yeah. I think because if they're going to make this into a trilogy, then that's where they have to go, is go into the blood god situation and kind of touch on, for the younger audience who hasn't seen the Wesley Snipes Blades.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, and then like just follow the comic book and the origin of that. And I think the opportunity is there to do that. I don't think that you might get some kind of glimpses of Morpheus at the end of the game, maybe, or, some references. But I think right now you'll get into the weeds of the blood god and maybe about his mom and things like that. But I love the atmosphere. So as long as it looks polished enough, That's all I care about. But the combat is going to be the main factor to if this game is going to be successful or not, because it's got to be gory, which they already said it's going to have a lot of gore. But that combat system has got to be on point. Yeah. It's got to be right. So yeah. So but I like the concept art, no doubt about it.
It needs a rage system. You know how like at the end of every blade where he actually drinks pure he goes psychotic and just like we need moments like that in this game for sure.
Right.
Like similar to like symbiote rage in Spider-Man 2. You know what I'm talking about, like with you get the meter up and like you actually just like going nonstop. Just add that, but have it be 5 times more gore. Actually have gore and make it 5 times more gore.
You know what would be really cool that they could steal from that people would, for fans of Ninja Gaiden would be, but like the power, like you say, go into a rage and he's just hacking, or he can use that the whatever that blade thing that he uses that he can spin around and get
the little boomerang,
the little boomerang blade, like just. So much there's so much potential in what he can do, but the blood rage, just the gore, the combat, it has to be all right. And I think people will, if the story doesn't hit or impacts like some people may want it to, if the action is there, I don't think too many people are going to complain about it that much. But I love the atmosphere in these concept arts right
It just makes you wonder, like, are they going to go with the more horror aspect with this, or is it more going to be like action? You know what I mean? Because like a good blend of Blade that had this was Blade 2. I remember how we had the Reapers. The Reapers were like these creepy little mutated vampire that added to the horror element, and it was like that sense of unnervedness, because remember when Big Dude got bit, you're like, wait, they can turn vampires? Like, you know what I mean? And you're waiting throughout the whole, like, when is this dude going to change? And he finally changes, like, oh snap. So they need stuff like that, like crazy, like Shocker type of
and he made Blade look back and get the running, like, holy shit, this dude is a problem. The Blade 2 was probably one of the best comic book movies of all time. But one of the best for sure.
Especially one of the most gory. Like, if you're talking about grotesque nature of it, just how creepy the creature designs were. Like, these things were insane. I'm like, I want that. Like, those are nightmare fuel. I want those, unlike those dark settings, like for this. And like, it would be cool to see how dynamic they do this from like because I'm pretty sure you can fight during the day, hopefully, right?
Right.
You go around and do stuff. So it kind of makes you wonder, are we also going to be like, are we going to be limited to fighting at night vampires, or are we going to be switching to familiars? Because I remember familiars are humans who do their daily tasks of vampires and try to become vampires. So are we going to be, fighting other aspects of like vampires in terms of the legal system? Because they had lawyers, they had all this other
stuff. Well, that's the part where you can have the NPCs that run around during the day, the familiars. You just whoop their ass, you build your character's skill level up, and then at night or in like different places underground, stuff like that, they can go in there and then fight a mid boss, a main boss, things like that. Like the potential of all of that is right there. So no, I feel you on that bit, no doubt about it. Like they just got to deliver.
There's a lot of things you can go, like there's a lot of things that fits the mold for Xbox in general with this character, but it also a lot of things you got to make sure you get. There's a lot of details you got to make sure you knock out the park for this particular character. It's, believe it or not, he's too important. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, all these dudes acting like, oh, Blade's not my bro. This was our first superhero on the big screen. This is legit our big superhero. He started the MCU craze beforehand, and then he stopped. And then you got these other characters. So that was the one. So that's
the movie that saved Marvel.
It was. People were like not interested at the time. They're like, bro, they released so much.
It made Iron Man viable.
They went all out.
And remember, that movie went up against The Matrix.
Yeah, and it did incredible.
It did incredible. Yeah.
And the fact holds up better than The Matrix.
Oh, it does.
Yo. Hold the phone, Cozy.
It does. Have you ever watched Matrix recently? Have you watched Matrix recently?
I'm gonna keep it look at I watched Matrix. If you look at the effects on Blade one, it really has
practical effects. Practical effects.
Yeah, practical always hold up better. Look at.
Have you seen the fight with Deacon Frost at the end? Are you serious?
There's only one scene I think I know you're talking about where his blood was connected, whatever, and it comes back. You talking about that?
It doesn't count because it was one scene. It doesn't count.
Most of But
Matrix throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, Matrix used a lot of CGI, and it and it shows because it's very not. It didn't hold up.
No.
Oh my lord! I completed this. This is where we were fine.
Of
we
course
were so happy. We were going down the same road. Y'all have to go overboard. Ham, before this turns into a movie podcast. Hamothy, Blade concept art. Is this going to be a masterpiece or just another game for Game Pass fodder?
Well, I can tell you right now,
from freaking concept art.
You know, just looking at the concept art and whatnot, am I excited? I'm as excited as swiping right for somebody on Tinder back in my 20s. Where it's like, that looks interesting. Hopefully we hear more. But I'm not going to get too excited because I still got a while to wait.
That's true. That's smart.
So like my height is kind of just relaxed right now. I'm not.
You're more reserved. In terms of you're more reserved. Like you're excited, but you're not overboard. Like you're just waiting until you see confirmation that it's actually good. You know what I mean? To you, and then you'll I guess follow.
Well, there's that. You know, the time aspect, the just seeing the actual game for itself, and then after I actually see the game for myself, then I'm just gonna be like, oh man, I can't wait to play it, but I can't. So it's just like, so I don't know. I usually don't get too crazy excited until like it's like the last few months. Then I'm like ridiculous because I made the mistake of getting way too excited for Starfield, and then they delayed it another year. So then I was hot. K Mega seen me mad as hell about that. I don't want a replay of that. I'm just gonna go on ahead and I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be really interesting. I 100% think that when you kill people, they're going to turn into ash.
I hope so. That's like one of the main things.
I 100% think that's going to
be great.
Thing. And what would be interesting, right, is when they turn into ash, then you loot through the ash.
Oh yeah, like yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I'm really excited for it, but yeah, I'm more on the reserve side. Sorry if that's boring to y'all, but it is what it is.
No, you're good, man. There's so much to think about, especially traversal. Like, are we going to be able to drive his car? Or are we going to be driving his motorcycle?
Is it semi open world? Is it open world? Is it linear?
Gives you that illusion of open world, you know, with the invisible walls. Yeah.
And then also we didn't even mention it. Somebody did in the chat about Blade's guns. You know what I'm saying? True. So like, I mean, this could turn into like a Devil May Cry type of, I mean, there's so much potential in what they can do with this character and the combat aspect of it, from the ash to where you fighting,
UV you know, just rounds, the familiars.
UV so much within it. And then of course, having a compelling story, but then if the horror aspect in that with action horror game sounds perfect for this. The setting sounds perfect for that.
Oh, hell yeah. I wonder if they'll have EDTA in this. I would love to see them actually put that in there where you can blow them up. You know, it's about that blue liquid that like
that blue liquid.
That would be fun.
That would definitely need to be
up and then
they just explode.
Like if they have a finishing move where they kind of like what he did with Frost, where he can do the kick and then put them in their head or in their body. Man, just blow up, walk away. Oh my god, there'd be so much.
That's the thing. Did they say how long story-wise this takes place, or this is like their own thing? Like, does it have any connection to the movies? I think, believe it or not, I don't think the movie should be skipped on. I think the movies have a lot of foundation that they can use to make this game even fire, like even more.
We have to see what Marvel's new Blade is going to be like. Yeah. Is that going to have is because there was rumors that would say, and I'll be quick on this, low, because I don't want to get into the movie stuff either like that. But they were saying at one time that Marvel was thinking about like making the I forget what his
the new one,
the new guy that's going to be playing his Blade.
Oh, let's not do this. No.
Yeah, that they would like he would be like
Ali.
Ali will be like will be kind of like the apprentice to Wesley Snipes. Like Wesley Snipes would be the Whistler or something of that sort. That was the rumors in the beginning. Then I think now that they changed, that they got new writers and everything like that, that's why the movie's being delayed. So it could be just a brand new origin story, and they kind of just maybe put in Wesley Snipes as a cameo or something, or won't put him in there at all. I don't know. So I'm sure that there's got to be some canon that goes on with that follows the movie. I don't think it's going to be just standalone.
Now you got me hard.
Like that.
Okay, Mega. Now you got me hard about the movies. For anyone that doesn't know, the idea, yes, Wesley Snipes was supposed to play the role of a whistler, but still be the old Blade. So they wanted to create like a continuity from the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wesley Snipes would be like past his prime. Mahershala Ali would be getting close to being past his prime. And then he eventually passes it on. So the idea was to turn Blade into a mentor.
Right.
And then by the end of the movie, it's not Blade anymore. It's Bladette. All right. I'm not happy about that. I hope they changed it. I do.
I don't think they will, because
I don't want to see Wesley in that chair with the rag over his face, though. I don't want to see him in the chair with the rag.
So they doing everything like that.
Cozy, you're muted. You're muted, Cozy.
Has anyone seen What We Do in the Shadows TV show?
I have not.
I've never seen it.
Not.
Okay. Because Wesley Snipes is in that.
Oh.
And
cool.
No, he's so it's a show about vampires that are like roommates and mockumentary. And there's a vampire council, and Wesley Snipes
is on the council.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
They have like a bunch of vampires from like TV shows that were just and movies that were just like canonically existed. And
no, that brought up you brought up a good idea for Blade though. Remember how like they have that hierarchy system in Blade in general? They got the pure bloods, they got non-pures and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if pure bloods are gonna be tough to kill in this game if they do something like that. Like
that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be like where you would become. You know, like that would be like your main boss, not like your main boss, but like your
technically, like mini boss, mini
like the cultists in the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
You know, like that, like because there's gonna be so many of them. Yeah, no, that like again, there's so much potential within this game that these guys can have at their disposal. I mean, just let them cook. We'll find out. I agree with him. The overhype shouldn't happen because when the time that the game does get shown, some people already have this concept of what the game should be or should look, and then they get disappointed.
I hope they I hope they do the PlayStation like method with this, like just show snippets of it as time goes on, so that way this game is still fresh in everybody's minds, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, like preserve it, because I already know by the time we see gameplay, a lot of people might forget it, and that's the other thing. So hopefully it has.
We've been very politically correct. Let's get messy for 5 seconds, then we move on to the next topic.
Politically correct.
Is Blade going to be an Xbox exclusive?
Yes.
Yes. It's going to be on PC.
Well, yeah, it's going to be on PC.
I mean, yeah, that's a given. That's a given.
Fuck off, Cozy. Everything's
console exclusive then.
I swear, dude, she does it on purpose.
It doesn't have multiplayer, so it's definitely going to be Xbox exclusive for sure.
Yeah,
unless they did some like deal with Marvel Games and Marvel Games signed on and wanted it on PlayStation, but I doubt that was the case. So
they already said. I believe Marvel already came out and said it's up to the discretion of Xbox to do.
Oh, really? No, okay. Yeah. It's more than this Xbox.
Yeah,
I think
that is exclusive.
I think they they didn't put it in like their trailer, but I think that actually served as a benefit because it becomes a talking piece.
Yes.
Right. The strategy was brilliant.
Disrespectful.
And you also noticed
it's a doubly a brilliant strategy, because even the people that don't care about talking heads like us or don't care about Twitter, right? People in the real world that just play games once in a while, when they seen that announcement of Blade, it's like, I love Blade the video game. I don't know when if it's coming to PlayStation or if it's coming to my Nintendo Switch. I just know that they're making a Blade video game, so I make a mental note.
See,
and
what you
now I'm
said there
excited
is
about it. I'm
it's pretty
googling about
much,
it,
yeah. That last part you said is pretty much what
and then
summarized off the real Blade fence. Like we care more about the
and
fact that Blade was
as
actually
time goes,
Yeah.
yes, and as time goes on, right? Everyone that doesn't care, doesn't know what platform is going on, the anticipation is still going up. Whether you know it's coming to your PlayStation or to your Switch or not, it's still going up. And when it finally gets announced that this is Xbox exclusive, a whole bunch of people definitely are either going to buy an Xbox or going to sit there miffed as hell, like,
Well,
maybe I
if they
should
have a
just get a
Samsung
Series X.
TV,
And if they don't, they now all this streaming technology, it works perfect for you guys in wherever it is that you live. But for some of us in third world countries and continents, streaming video games is not like realistic. On like consistently streaming games, it's not realistic to the point where you buy an entire television, expensive ass television, just to stream video games.
just move
It's
out of
not that
Texas.
viable here. Oh Lord,
Go to Austin or
BitCloud,
something.
Yeah.
Rick, I'm in Mozambique.
Austin.
You know this,
Houston.
right?
I thought you were in
It's a
Houston.
neighborhood in it's a neighborhood in like Houston or Austin.
It's
I thought it was
between Denton and Dallas. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I drove past it when I went to Micro Center.
BitCloud, you know OT.
Yeah.
You know OT, right? You know OT.
On Twitter.
BitCloud. Hey, you know these guys.
Yeah.
Yes, you know OT, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the same continent as OT. All right?
Now that
Ignore
guy's from Africa.
all of these.
No,
Whatever.
no.
What-
You're
Anyways.
about
Even
about
as a
5
cowboy
miles
hat.
south
Even as a
from
cowboy hat.
from that Fat Burger out there in from close to Denton, right there. You're right there. You're about 8 miles away from there, off a dirt road.
Yep.
I can go Google it right now.
I'm pretty sure if you go on Google Maps, you see Loke out front with a straw hat and a piece of hay.
Oh yeah,
And he's waving at the
cowboy
camera.
boots. And cowboy boots. He's right now.
Yep.
He's wearing cowboy boots with that shirt and tie.
Look, he's trying to hide his hat. His hat in the back.
You know
His hat in the back.
we're moving on. That's what we're doing right now. We're moving on to the next topic. Death
Oh,
Stranding
lovely.
movie coming from A24 Kojima Productions. So after A24 spilled the beans on its Death Stranding movie, Kojima Productions has now made the news official. A24, the studio behind Academy Award-winning films such as Everything, Everywhere, All the Time, at Once, has announced a collaboration with Kojima Productions to adapt Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding into a live-action feature film.
You had an extra
Who
word in
here
the
is
title.
excited for this movie? No one's excited.
I will just say that you
about
added
Death
It's gonna be
extra
the
titles.
weirdest movie
Yeah.
in the history of movies. That's for sure.
It's gonna be
weird.
it's gonna be different.
It's gonna be weird. That's for damn sure.
I mean-
I'm interested to see how people react to it.
I mean, I don't understand why.
I love the game, but still,
It needs a movie.
yeah.
Yeah, the game serves it's a great game, but it kind of serves as
Matt,
the
don't
movie as
fucking
well.
say it.
Yeah,
It does. It actually
my
does.
God.
I'm not even disrespecting it. The game is great, but it actually does kind of serve as the movie as well. I don't know why you would need a movie.
I can already see the memes. They're gonna call it Uber driver on the go. That's basically what you are.
Yeah.
Uber delivery. You're just going around.
No, I mean it's gonna be wild.
I'm gonna review it highly because it's exactly like
I will
the game.
watch it with some Crown Black. Give me a couple on the rocks and just let it play out. Just see what happens.
It
Just see what happens.
my bet is that it will officially be the most faithful game adaptation ever made.
Oh, no question. Now that I will agree 100%. I can agree with that 100%, Cozy.
If they're trying to add to the horror element, then maybe the little the little demons, the little ink like demon things that come out. Maybe they do that, but I don't know. I don't really know at this point.
Yeah.
I tried to get my wife into gaming by like exchanging shifts in Death Stranding. Like she would play the delivery parts and I would
Wow,
play.
that's a
like,
Oh, you gave her a horrible game.
God.
She ain't
Way to
ever
get
got
her
a
in the
game
game.
now.
Oh,
You
my
just
God.
Damn.
hate
What a
games.
terrible idea that was.
Damn.
That's
She's in the
horrible. That
mobile.
is horrible. What
Hey
you just
man,
That's
you
said.
back
all.
on Candy Crush.
That's a really terrible decision, Lo.
That's no-
I wouldn't lie about that.
What you thinking?
would y'all let me finish? Would y'all let me
Hell
finish?
no,
absolutely
because you.
not.
Oh, man.
Can we move to the next topic? That's worth a next topic. Skip all
You
time.
are
The delivery
finished.
part,
That's the next
Yeah, you're
topic.
good.
guys.
You're
The
finished.
delivery part
Stop.
was
You-
well
you-
received.
you
Actually,
cooked.
Oh, my.
listen, let me finish.
Get that
And
shit out of here.
This is what hurt my feelings. This is what hurt my feelings. The delivery part was well received. The cutscenes were not.
Oh.
She didn't enjoy like the angles, the length. She's just like, is this a game? Is this a movie?
Wait, y'all
Is this
talking
a
about video
TV
games
show?
still?
I mean,
Can I
what's
watch?
going on
Can I
here?
just?
Hey, you-
But
Can
you
I just
recommended
watch it?
the wrong game.
Come
You're like,
on,
I
man.
want someone
Yeah,
to give a
that's the
game.
wrong game.
Let me
That is
give them an interactive movie.
Guys,
pretty much.
I done tried everything. All right, I've given every single like Tekken, Stray. She almost beat Stray, and then when she
Okay.
got to like the like the monsters that chase the cats, then she was like, I'm out of this.
Right.
And
Man,
now
just
she's
start
she
off
wants,
like I try to
Sherlock
get my
stuff,
wife on it with
detective
Peggle.
stuff.
Peggle or the Life is Strange
She wants puzzle
games.
Oh, give her
Oh no, she doesn't like Life is Strange.
No, what she
Oh,
would
okay.
probably like is try Ghost Trick. Try
Is
Ghost Trick.
it puzzle heavy? She likes puzzles.
It's a puzzle game. It's like they explain how you start the puzzles, but basically you're trying to solve the mystery of how your character died. And
Like that?
it's
Or
not
Mist?
scary and
Okay.
hoary. It's not
How about
scary
Mist?
and hoary.
Have you
Story.
let her try Mist?
Hoary. Mist is good.
Yeah.
I was too busy actually playing it. I think I got 100% on Mist. That I couldn't stop playing it.
And so your
It
selfish ass
scratches
wouldn't
a
even
specific
wouldn't pass
itch.
that on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's send Loke a
Yes.
recommendation
Yes.
of games because clearly he does not know how to advise
Oh
someone who's
my
not in the
God.
gaming on how to game. He knows how
Alright,
terms who aren't
Sensei-
in the gaming
And
off.
she like
Sensei.
call her, let her play Until Dawn. She'll like that.
Oh yeah, Until
That's
Dawn would be
perfect for her.
perfect. Yeah. Or the
No, she likes, like,
little the
puzzle.
hopes.
Without
Yeah,
the
to my man, then to my devil.
She
Yeah,
likes-
yeah, those games. Yeah.
You might as well just
She
gave her
likes
Dark
puzzle
Souls.
without
Honestly,
Oh
we
my
want
God.
her to play the game, not hate it. That's not for everybody.
I'm telling you,
I
Ghost
might
Trick.
just get divorced if I give her Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Then
Man.
I'll get
Yeah,
give her some
She
Elden
likes
Ring.
challenging puzzles.
Yeah. Sensei with a completely unnecessary super chat, but thank you so much. That's cold, Loke. What you gonna do next? Hand her an unplugged controller.
What you said earlier is
Talking about-
equivalent of what he said.
Oh,
Facts.
God.
Yeah, she
Facts.
did not enjoy the cutscene. But that's life. That's life. All right. So no one here is hyped about this, Stranding. We can move on.
Yeah.
not the movie. Not the movie.
Bro, they recast the
Aight,
dude to play Die
aight.
Hardman. It's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? There's only one Die Hardman.
Del Toro.
For sure.
That's true. That's true. All right, moving on. The day before early access review. So
Oh,
this
Let's
I-
go.
Brad.
I'm just going to read the review at the bottom and give you guys a chance to react because me and Ham already went in on this one on Tuesday, but I just wanted to give you guys a chance to disseminate it yourself. So
Did you read the super chat
IGN gave
already?
it a 1 out of 10 score.
Did you read the super chat already?
From Sensei. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
okay,
did,
all
bro.
right. All right, cool.
All right,
I disappeared. I
IGN gave it
disappeared
a
while y'all
1.
were on that bull. I disappeared. I completely disappeared.
Man. All right. IGN calls it unbearable. 1 out of 10. The day before is easily one of the worst games I've ever played to the point where
Shit is unbearable.
to continue to the point where I'm afraid to continue running it on my PC. And if you didn't manage to try it, you can count yourself as one of the lucky ones.
So you
Big
know it's
Cloud, you can
good.
go first. And then everyone else just feel free. Go. Free for all.
I got scammed. ASAP.
Oh damn! No.
Oh, you bought
You got it?
You got
bought it?
scammed.
That's not good, man.
No. I said y'all got scammed ASAP. Y'all bought.
Oh,
this.
okay.
Damn.
I saw. Listen.
It's tragic.
Like,
I saw the
rip.
issue a long time when they showed the drone with the zombies, and then like remember they said, "Oh guys, it launches today. Go ahead and buy it." And they're like, "Oh guys, we're not ready. We're gonna delay
Yeah.
it." Like when they do that, that's when they it should go right up, and you hit cancel till you see gameplay. And boy. Seeing the like, bro, the crazy thing about that, aside from people, just like falling for the scam, was seeing how like the streamers, because I remember the streamers had it early, the big streamers, they were live streaming. It's like, guys, we're getting ready to get into this. I'm waiting for this. And they're in a wait lobby and they got to pick a server, and all the servers were full and they couldn't even connect. And then when they did, there was nothing happening into the game. Like there was literally a big asset flip. There's nothing.
Yep.
That's crazy. Look. Like, I give Hassan, you remember that dude, Hassan Kurman? Is that his name? Hassan. I gave Hassan Kurman a lot of flack for just flat out lying about his game. Because he's like, oh, it's Silent Hills. But then he said, oh, it's not. He said, it's
Abandoned.
Was that what it was? It's Bandit?
Yeah, it was
Abandoned.
abandoned.
Yeah. And
Yep.
they
Oh,
literally
wow.
abandoned it.
Yeah.
Ironic.
It's a fitting name.
Yeah, that's right. Project Abandoned. That's right. I thought you said it was Bandit. Like, what? They came out with it. Sure, he abandoned, but no, I mean, at least he had the the nerve to put his face out there on camera. Legit, just canceled, I guess. But these guys, oh no, they knew what they was doing. They was hustling everybody, and it's crazy. The game was on everybody's somewhat radar. If you saw snippets of it, you were somewhat like, okay, you were kind of like on this iffy, like, okay, it might work like that, it might not. This is a big game. Games like that are usually iffy when it comes to working as intended. For example, look at Days Gone. Days Gone is a prime example of this. Yeah, I remember in the PlayStation showcase for it, we saw the zombies coming at you full speed, and it was how fast it was. I was like, bro, if this is legit running on, you know what I mean? This is gonna be insane. Then we got it. You got it, but they cut corners in certain aspects. Like that whole encounter in that section doesn't play as what you saw in the E3 joint. So, but nah, I already knew this shit wasn't gonna be it, and it's sad that people actually got scammed. What's even more embarrassing though is the fact that they closed up shop that quick, 4 days. That's the most embarrassing thing and the most telling thing. And usually I'm not someone who wishes the worst on people, but it's hard for me to be, on your side in this type of situation when you pull that type of stunt and then literally take the money and go and then flat out say, oh yeah, we got to pay our debts. Nah, bro. I thought we learned from Callisto Protocol, and that game had potential.
Yeah,
but they overshot on that.
Overpromised.
Yeah.
Ma'am, Sensei has a super chat here. Thank you, Sensei. Says welcome back.
Go to hell, Sensei. Go to hell.
I just think just piggybacking off of what Bit said, I totally agree. Like I had my writing on the wall from certain games that I went ahead and did the preview or the beta version, bought them on PC. There was one particular fighter that I got. Really, it was hand drawn, really cool fighter, and then all of a sudden, without warning, without any messaging or anything, because it was a small title. I went to go play it because I haven't played it in a while. So let me go check on this. I mean, it's still in beta form. Done. Servers shut down. Game is completely out of there. I'm starting to go into Steam and look into not the reviews, but where people talk about issues, problems, whatever. And like the game closed down and nobody knew what happened. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, all right, that was one mistake. And then the second mistake was me going and trying to get it, was looking at another game. I couldn't even tell you, but I backed off and I got my money back before, because I was like, what? And that's how I'll tell you how I can't even remember what the name of that game was, but it looked real good. It was a hack and slash game. And I was like, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden, about a year or so later after that, that game did the same thing, but at least they came out and they said something. I look at stuff like StarCraft, or no, it's not StarCraft. What is that game? Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. Yeah.
The game that got all this money. I think it's picked up more money than any other game that's been in that where people just donate. than any
It's
other
over
game
half a
ever.
billion. It's over half a billion.
That game still, they've been working on that game since when? 2010, 2011?
I want to say
Something like that?
2009, but 2010.
Yeah, it's close around there.
What?
Yeah, and this game is still not out yet. They keep saying, well, we're adding more assets, adding more this, more that. And yeah, you got access to get to play it, and people that has a chance to play it, they say that they enjoy it. But that's just too much of a risk. And what's the sad thing is that even though when you got games like this that's primarily on PC, they these studios get away with it, they're trying to bleed this over into the consoles. If you remember when Shenmue 3 came out, that was the very first Kickstarter that came out, and I was like, oh no, I love Shenmue, but there is no way in hell that you're going to ask me to pay for, do a Kickstarter, and then you want me to pay for the game later on. And then of course that was weird.
They have, they at least link your accounts to Kickstarters, and y'all get like a discount. Y'all get it for like $20, $30. You know what I mean? Something.
No, and that I knew something was wrong, and then I knew right then and there that was the last. I didn't do anything to pay for it because I already got my feel of it beforehand by jumping in, being reckless, and thinking like, oh well, I'm here to support the devs. It's just too dangerous now these days. I mean, you had the abandoned situation. Now you got this, and you just. And there's other games that people have pre-ordered and got and then they get delayed.
Game on Switch,
right? That's yeah. So I mean,
no.
it's dangerous, man. So like I feel bad for the people who looked at this game because I was right there with you. It was like, oh, this game looked like it's got some potential. It looks like it's.
I want to thank
like
all of you
the Division
for your unwavering
of Walking
support
Dead. So yeah, looks pretty good. So I don't know though, but yeah, it's dangerous. Just wait till the game release.
Thank you for the unwavering support. That's what they're saying.
I always thought it looked like a scam, though.
That's kind of what
I
always
thought it looked like. Yeah, I guess maybe because I am I buy a lot of like indie games. I mostly play indie games, so like I am always looking like, oh, what have you done? Like what, oh, it's the first time. It's like 3 of us, and if you follow like a lot of small creators who have like come out with like interesting games and they even get a lot of hype, a lot of them usually have a lot of like really solid updates, and they keep themselves really public because they know that's how it helps keep them around. And so they'll show you, the constant updates. Like I followed the Stardew Valley guy and stuff like that, and you've seen like as they grow. So like watching this and like seeing like, oh, they didn't really have much, and they're like, okay, now early access, which I also don't buy into, even though I play mostly on PC. Like, no early access.
All right. Matt, Ham, nothing.
I wasn't even that interested in the game when I I was intrigued by it when I first seen it, and then the amount of time that it took for them to actually say, "All right, we're ready to come out to it," I just lost anticipation for it by that point. And then you started to see rumblings about, oh, this is a scam, and I'm like, I'm definitely not touching this sucker now. So and then to see it come out and it actually be a scam, and I was just like, yo, I'm happy I trusted this
vindication.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it felt. It was just like, all right, cool.
It's just the way they shot it, though. Like, we never saw like a full-on segment. Y'all noticed that? It was like cutaways into like zombies coming at you, then cutaways of looting, then going into empty buildings. I was like, bro, we never saw a full-on like play-on section. So that's crazy.
All right. So there's more to this because there's another article from IGN about this developer. Under fire, developer of disastrous Steam flop the day before insists it really is closing down. So the developer of the day before has insisted it really is shutting down after skepticism emerged online following what looked like an attempt to change the company name. Wow. The day before was once Steam's most wish-listed game, but following its early access launch last week, it was met with backlash for failing to deliver a game even close to what was promised. IGN's the day before review returned a rare 1 out of 10, and then they repeated what they said. with player numbers in free fall and an overwhelmingly negative user review rating on Steam, the day before developer Fantastic, that's ironic, made the shock announcement that it was closing down. Soon after, Fantastic removed the purchase button on the game's Steam page and wiped its presence from the internet. All this just YouTube 4 days after the game, after the day before launched in early access. Amid refund chaos, players spotted that the name of the developer of Fantastic's previous survival action adventure, The Wild 8, was changed from Fantastic to 8 Points on Steam. This sparked speculation that Fantastic was not shutting down but attempting to leave its tarnished reputation behind by changing its name. Speaking to Eurogamer, the Wild 8 publisher Hype Train Digital insisted the change was made because of a deluge of negative reviews received following the day before its launch. Guys, this is even more scummy.
Yeah,
they were trying to run away.
A pig is still a pig. I don't know what they're doing. It's still a pig. They crazy.
That's so then they decided to fraud.
That is scammer 101. You know, like the little the Microsoft tech support scammers. You know what I'm talking about? They moved to another day. That is the exact type of mindset right there, low key. Like that's crazy. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna change our format. We're gonna still do the same thing. We're just gonna do it under a different name. So our next game is gonna look even more crazier than this. Then it's not gonna be it.
That's
we're gonna take the money and go, and then we're gonna retire. Boom.
Right.
For me, it's like one or on one side of the coin, you change the name because you're trying to run away from accountability. On the other side, you change the name because you are actually trying to con us. Because the whole accountability thing is like, no, we're actually closing down, but we don't want to face the consequences of this pile of shit on our previously kind of decent game. Leave that game alone. Just shit on this one.
Yep.
And on the other side, it's like, no, y'all weren't closing. Y'all were literally just trying to pivot and then con us again. Go ahead.
To Sir X-Men's point, there's a way around being a game tester. Like they can promise you the game you play it, right? But then they'll just have certain aspects. They're like, hey, there's a thing called early access, right? They had that early access thing, but all they gotta do is put out a tweet saying, "Oh, we're having issues," and then they'll say, "You know what? Here, instead of doing this, you guys get it day one, when it's a real like that." They have a lot of weird ways around that. So, and they literally did this. If you think about it, all the big streamers that were streaming this game were already on this, and they had like thousands of viewers already before the game even was downloaded fully by everybody. They were already there. They were testers. I'm telling you right now. And a lot of them probably did hype the game up prior, and because they were hyped to become testers, and they already had it flat out. But guess what? It didn't work. So there are ways around being a tester.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Tragic.
Another game too was I forgot that there was another game that was trying to pull this off into consoles as well, and that was the Mighty Nine.
Yep.
Yeah, so and what Platinum Games, that's when I knew Platinum Games was on some bullshit. That's when I said, look, wait a minute, hold on. Why you're getting money for this game to make, but yet you need crowdfunding? And they made like almost $4 million. So yeah.
Not a look at that went to the game, that went to their pockets.
Oh yeah, because people didn't even get the people, because I think it was, I was just reading it, and then they said like over 67,000 people paid for the Kickstarter, and they were supposed to receive things in advance, and they didn't get anything.
Yep.
They made excuses for saying, oh well, we had to put it into our budget, and then we just didn't find ways to do it. That's it, so yeah. That practice does not need to come in the console market at all. So
I agree.
It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Very unfortunate. Fuck Fantastic. That's all I have to say. Fuck them. So Bit, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the chat, but we do a regular giveaway, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the show. $10 voucher, whether it's on PlayStation or Xbox. No, not Nintendo, just PlayStation or Xbox. And You can pick anyone in the chat as our special guest. You can pick anyone in the chat to be the recipient
That's a member.
of this week's $10 voucher.
That's
Yeah,
a
but
member.
the person has to be a member. So check their profile to see if they have the TSWS logo right next to their name.
Gotcha.
You can pick them for whatever reason. Cool name, or they were funny.
I'm gonna say Vic.
Or maybe they're just sweet.
He's always in your chat.
Uh-oh.
I said
Vic that click.
Vic, the MF click. Man. Spider-Man says they hate Nintendo. We don't hate Nintendo. It's just harder to get you the voucher if you're on Nintendo. So,
yeah, Nintendo hates themselves with stuff like that.
Pretty much the same way PlayStation hates Africa. Well, the rest of Africa besides South Africa. That's pretty much how it is. PlayStation thinks that only South Africa exists. Only South Africa has a working banking system, according to the geniuses at PlayStation. But I'm not gonna have a rant about this again.
The rest of Africa doesn't even have banks, so.
That's right.
Cozy.
Damn.
Cozy.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
You're kind of spitting. You're kind of spitting.
Vic, you know what to do, bro. Get in touch with him. He'll hook you up. Let's go. Next topic. Twitch's new sexual content guidelines updated to include artistic nudity after viral topless stream.
Just call it Twitch.
I think y'all already saw this.
We're like artistic.
Yeah. There's nothing artistic about it. They're just like
we
for that
also
though.
want... All right, go ahead. But it sounds like you have an opinion on this one. Go ahead.
Just you might as well call it. What's that site called? The dating site. You might as well call one of those. I forgot the name of it, but bro.
Yeah. OnlyFans.
Nah, it starts with it was a Jerkmate. Hey, that's the name. You might as well call it that.
Oh shit! Y'all. Hey, whoa, yeah.
What's it called? What's it called? Hold on.
Jerkmate.
Hold on. Spell that, bro.
Looks like I need to write that down.
Oh no, you gonna
You're a jerk. How about that?
Oh my god! I just opened it.
Why?
Of course you did. Why didn't you?
What? My God! What is wrong?
I don't see no difference.
Wow!
I don't see a difference.
Wow!
There you go. I don't see no difference.
Lucas getting some education.
Changed his man's life.
But why would you do that?
I like how the space froze right there. That was perfect.
I say, wait, there are sites like this? Yes, my guy, there are sites like that.
You've enlightened him.
So I'm gonna bookmark this and carry on with the show. Actually, no, I'm not gonna bookmark it. I'm gonna close it. I don't need to see
What is wrong with you?
I'm gonna close it. You need to close it and pray to God.
Is it going? Is it like that? Is it like that? Now you got me interested. What was it again? What was it called?
Bro,
send him the link.
I'm a DM you. We have.
Yeah. Send me the link. Send me the link. You got me out here. You got me curious now.
I'm over here laughing, my bro. That is exactly what it is to the T.
Yeah,
It's not for gamers.
Okay,
it's not a stream for gamers.
I have a question. Who here watches Twitch?
Every once in a while, I do.
I don't, unless my buddy's streaming.
Only if I know somebody that's streaming that I actually like. Am cool with, but other than that, like Twitch, I don't know, for some reason, even before the craziness, I've just never really got down with that platform. I don't really like the way that you communicate on there and bits and shit like that. Like, I'm not a fan.
I don't know. I think because what you call it always ruined it for me. The fact that Mixer existed kind of ruined Twitch for me.
So we all saw the video. I didn't know who Amaranth was until I saw that video.
No,
now
is that Amaranth?
Who I know, I now know who Amaranth is.
Artistic depictions of, I don't. But what's the difference? Why not just go to OnlyFans and stuff like that? Why do they still have issues where you can't? I know,
market
but
saturation.
I get that, but I'm like, so if you're trying, why then can you still not show like inappropriate games and stuff like that? Like, why are we drawing a line arbitrarily somewhere? Like, because someone, like, if I want to,
because inappropriate games chase sponsors, inappropriate bits of females do not chase sponsors, because that's fine. That's a protected group. Next question.
Why does she have her boobs out?
That's
Lord, that's the main event, sir.
I mean,
what are you talking about? Why is the tea hot? What are you talking about? Why is the sushi all packed up? Like attractive kind. Look, I don't know, dog. Because that's what gets the views. All right. Unfortunately, that's what
apparently
happens.
it does.
I get it, but I'm like, why draw any lines at all?
Right.
Because I have a question that's going to make you slightly uncomfortable. You cannot answer for all women on the planet, right? You can't answer for all women on the planet, but you're the only one on the panel here. My question to you is, how do you feel about this specifically and women in general doing this on Twitch?
I feel like if it's going to be like that, then you gotta drop all the guidelines. You can't. I feel like there's no difference. Like, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm approved. This is appropriate. That whore, whatever. I don't care. I'm just saying, drop all guidelines.
Show that ass. That's what we're here for.
At this point, they might as well just let Twitch, like, like people be having those watch along type of streams where they be watching movies just like that. Y'all might as well let us like legit have full on movie nights on Twitch. Like, y'all don't care. Y'all have no real backbone to stand on at this point.
Yeah.
It's wild that Twitch is doing what they're doing, this whole artistic nudity thing, but on YouTube they're like tightening things up. We're like, don't show a violent video game. Don't show overly violence. Like, YouTube's going the complete opposite direction. Twitch just doesn't care. They really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so weird how they make these rules and regulations. Like, listen, man, I get it. But you can't tell me that the hot tub stuff is less appropriate, or that's looked at as porn, but then women standing with oil on their chest and they're shaking their boobs, even though you don't see the nipples. That is just to me, it's no different.
The wedgie,
you know what I mean? Like, it's no different whatsoever. So I mean, it's over. This is the problem, right? Like, people always bring up this stuff about, well, what about the children and what about this? But this is what, when you let this type of stuff happen, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just giving more access to a younger audience to see this stuff, even though you're not showing maybe the kibbles and bits. But the fact of it is that you still get a good idea and understand. And if you're seeing a chick if you're seeing a chick that's going here and they're oiled up and they're shaking their boobs, or they playing the game butt ass naked, then what do you think is the next thing that kid is going to do? They're going to say, oh, well, I may not know what this is, but I want to find out more. And all they got to do is grab their phone or get a stick on a PC and just
they already maximizing it. There was some chicks like literally laying on a bed, like fully nude, right? And they just had like the controller on covering the crack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're already pushing this to
they're already pushing the envelope.
They pushing.
No, I believe it. That's what I'm saying. Like, just put an adult section, lock that shit off, and
behind
then
paid, exactly.
Behind a paid paywall. Let the freaks do their freaking thing, and let them watch and gaze, enjoy women farting and doing whatever. They putting their feet in mud and all that. Whatever.
Women fart?
I never.
Women actually fart for real,
bro. Where have you been? What
are you doing, Lo?
Bro?
You got a wife, bro. You got a wife. You better stop that.
I don't know where you've been, but like,
she is.
Like, listen, dudes have gone to the extent of buying bathwater.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Down bad.
They're buying bathwater from what's his face and all this stuff.
For what? For the chicks to bath in. I
No,
don't understand.
No,
bath water that she
water
was in.
from the chick's
That
bath.
she was in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that she was in for a few
You don't
minutes.
remember
And
that? Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
cup like they cup their own
Like,
water
oh,
while they're
oh,
sitting in the
yeah.
bath and like write the
And
name
sold
on
it.
it or
Yep,
something
yep,
like that.
yep.
Yep.
And sold it. Yeah. Like she was in a tub, and I remember
Why?
seeing the and then she was
Because
in the
people
tub,
buy it.
and then she put the water in there, and she put it in a jar, and then said, "Well, I'm sending it to you. I'll mail it to you." It was a joke. It started off as a
Here's where the
joke,
freaky stuff comes, though. So
and people
some
start buying
And
it.
what
that
was
stuff,
he
that
doing
water,
with that stuff?
that bath water, some people were putting that in vaping it.
Are you
God
serious?
damn,
I'm not,
man,
yeah,
you're
that's what I'm saying.
not-
Like,
I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
You are
bro,
out of your mind.
They were
listen,
doing some wild stuff with that bath water.
People need to be locked up.
They were doing
Bruh.
some wild stuff, boy.
hey man, let that freak. Hey, listen, I'm all about having that freak
Like,
flag
yo,
fly.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, but there's some people out there that their freak flag is way higher than mine. Mine go.
Smoking
I
on
thought
that
mine was pretty
unwrapped
high,
flag.
but I was
Oh,
like, yo,
man.
I'm
She
looking up
sold
and I'm seeing
out.
flag.
That's what
Yeah,
blew my
no,
mind.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
sold
I'm like,
out
it's
in
good.
like 5 minutes of her selling bath water. I'm like,
Yes.
my guy, if
Yep.
y'all don't go outside and touch grass, something's wrong with y'all.
Man, touch some grass and touch some ass, some real.
Bro,
What are you doing? Like,
what is
bro,
happening? It ain't that.
Bro, it's never that serious, man. I mean, you can. Yeah, there's women of the night out there. Go
Yeah,
just go
bruh.
order you one if
I'm
that's what you.
saying.
If you that hard strung, like, bro, just.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I
man.
lost
What?
faith. I lost faith in
They
gamers
were
after
smoking.
that.
Facts.
Okay,
I have
you know what?
too.
That joint in vape. I'm not even bullshit.
I did not know they did that, but yeah, I believe
That's
you. I
wild.
believe you.
All
Did I
right,
tell you, man?
So I'm
That is
reading the
so
chats. Let me read some super chats. This is getting out of hand. So Sir X-Man says she's on OnlyFans and she used Twitch to get people to go to her only. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much, Vic. The click for the super chat says thanks for picking me. That's for you, BitCloud. We also have another super chat here from Silent Cypher. The kibbles and bits. You have me dying right now.
This man said kibbles and bits. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, I mean,
fool. Stop it.
Yeah, man. Just show it all, man.
Our ESG score, right? Our ESG score for criticizing the wrong sex is plummeting by the minute. So I'm gonna have to cut this conversation. Like I just got a message from Black.
I don't even think it's criticizing.
Stop right now. We need to stop
Just
right
having a
now.
conversation.
We were
The
just
last word on this
asking
topic
questions.
before we move on. The last topic before the last point before we move on.
That man stuttering, man. Relax.
No,
He's
still
still got that.
He's still
He's
thinking.
got that. Yeah, he's got jerk
Every
made up.
man,
Shook.
Man's got
every man.
jerkmate on the mind.
That man got
No,
that kibbles
I'm
and
thinking
bits
about
on the
bath
mind.
water.
You see it all on
I
the
think
left.
about
I see you,
bath
brother. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about vaping. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I just want to say to every man, right, that contributed 1 cent to this, you are the lowest.
1 cent. She
of
made millions.
low.
Oh
You
yeah,
were
she made
less
millions, bro. She didn't make
than
thousands.
nothing.
She made
Your
millions.
got paid.
existence is pathetic. I hope, seriously, that everything good in your life just disappears tomorrow. If you contributed 1 cent to this, you are pathetic. You're beyond pathetic.
Oh, you think that's
Jesus
pathetic?
Christ.
You think that's pathetic? Listen. And here's where it gets wild, right?
Man.
Amaranth is she's making beer.
Oh
It's not
no!
wild
I'm
yet.
gonna stop you right
Really?
there.
Oh
High
no!
Solo,
stop you
don't
right
know.
there.
I don't know if y'all know, but she's making beer that's
Really?
Out of what?
that's
Hot water?
made with her yeast from her lady parts.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? And guess
Yeah.
what? She sold out before they came out. She sold out.
Bro, she's over there. She's
I'm not even bull. I'm not lying.
Juice box?
We're stopping with this lunacy. We're done with
Juice
that.
box
We don't want none of this
Bro, I'm
stuff.
not even kidding. Look in the chat.
Hey, Mega,
Look in the chat.
Mega,
There you go,
stop.
right there. It's in the chat for all y'all to click. Right there.
No,
Into
it's
the chat, but we're
serious.
done.
It's
We're
legit.
not talking about this. We're not doing Amaranth commercials on TSWS Gaming. All right, we're moving on.
Beer?
What?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
All
not
right,
lying.
let's move on.
She's dead ass doing
Amity,
that.
we're moving on. We're moving on. Alan Wake 2. Higher sales don't paint the full picture. Earlier today, we reported on Circana's monthly US game sales report, which has Hogwarts Legacy and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 in a neck-and-neck battle for annual bestseller. a few other new games such as Super Mario RPG made their debuts in the top 20 as well as last month, but a quick glance over the charts for November reveals a conspicuous missing entry. Whereas Alan Wake 2 did it really not sell well enough. Speaking to IGN Circana analyst Matt Piscatella explained why Alan Wake 2 didn't debut in the top 20 of Circana's sales charts this month. It's largely an issue of data reporting. Circana doesn't have data on every single sale for every game. They can collect data from physical retailers and select digital data from publishers and storefronts who choose to supply. Chat. Oh my god. Okay. Sensei Super Chat, thank you so much. Says use hub link. The rest of us grab you a Liz RD. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Thank you for the super chats, Sensei. The Silent Cipher.
Well, let me go ahead and say it for you because you just chopped it up. Let me go ahead and say it for you because you just chopped it up. He's saying use the hub like the rest of us, or go grab you a lot lizard.
Facts. Bro,
this
was GRG. We were doing outros right now. There's what else can be done. You can't say shit else on this show today. This is it.
What's a lot lizard?
What else do you got to say on this show?
What is a lot lizard?
You know what? I was going to look that up.
You don't know what a lot lizard is, Lo.
Just go look it up. Just have him go look it up.
A lot lizard?
It won't even be the worst thing you look up.
As a trucker, yeah. They out there. And they cheat. They cheat.
Yeah, go ahead and look up a lot lizard.
They're like birds. You see them?
They're not the best of stock, but they cheat.
His face.
What the fuck?
They'll come knock on the door. They'll come knock on your truck door.
Oh my
you know
god!
What I'm saying?
Man, it's an emergency. No, it's a different kind.
That's it. That's the emergency. Hit the glass when you just need. If you have a desire of wanting to get beer from a woman's juice box, then it's time for you just to pull up into a trucker stop and just sit there. Just sit there for about an hour, and then just and let you. They're cheap. They're cheap. I've got trucker friends. I know they partake. I've never partaked in one. Now there was a couple that looked kind of hot enough to make that move. And I never did. But yeah, they're cheap.
Of the first thing that showed up when I searched for lot lizard. Can you put that on screen? What the hell? This is a man. This must be a man.
Can he put it on screen?
I mean, there's lot lizard men too. I guess I don't know.
Come in different categories.
Categories. Yeah,
they don't discriminate.
Yeah, they just don't discriminate. Yeah,
you can get a man if you want.
Yeah, you can get whatever you want out there, man. There's much variety. But
hey, I'll give you a lot lizard that a lot of y'all probably seen before just from a movie. Remember Jay and Silent Bob? Oh, that dude was a lot lizard.
Oh yeah. No question. God dang.
He's the comedian that died. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is.
I was innocent. I was innocent before I bumped into all these Americans. The fuck is wrong with you guys? Y'all are sick.
Stop it! Don't you dare blame that on us.
We're just showing you a little bit of culture.
Yeah,
Jesus,
this is culture.
Listen. Let me explain something to you.
The hell is that?
They may not be called lot lizards in Africa, but goddamn it, they got something out there like that. They waiting for you, so don't worry about it. That you might need to. Yeah. Listen, you did the right thing as me. Got married and is comfortable with your house conditions. But man, I tell you, when you on that road, there's just all bets are off, Jack. You just don't know. I'm telling you.
What I'm not doing, doing that. All right. No,
I'm not doing that either. But I'm just saying. But there's somebody doing that. There's somebody doing that.
You know what?
Ain't nobody walking out there like that if they ain't getting done. Let's just put it like that. Get out there like that unless they get done.
All right. Sensei, this is the last super chat. We have to get back to gaming, guys. This is getting wild. Sensei, thank you so much for the super chat. Best $2 I ever spent. Wait, do you pay $2 for the services?
Oh man,
Yeah.
man.
Is it $2? K-Mega, answer
I
me.
don't. And listen. How you?
Don't be
I have to
backing
tell
out.
you,
Why you
for
backing out?
truckers,
Now
I
you want to
know.
back out. Now you're like,
No.
I don't know, man.
I said for truckers, I know. I've never been with a hooker.
Well,
Never in my
they
entire
didn't share
life.
pricing with you? They didn't
Yes,
share
they did.
pricing
But
with you?
my fellow truck drivers did sell price, but the cheapest one that they had was like $8 and some check because they didn't have a full 10. So he said $8. So he gave her $8.
Oh
he gave her
my
$8.
God! What
He
is
gave her
happening?
$8, bro. He said no. That's what he told me. He said, man, and it was only for one service. It wasn't for the whole caboodle. But he said he didn't have a full 10. He only had $8 on him, and she said that was good enough. And that's the cheapest one I know. Everything else rides around $20, $25. I don't know.
Titled the surviving TSW. I'm not kidding, bro. We in the rabbit hole now.
But the trucker homie told me $8. He said he didn't have a 10 on him. He only had the 5 and 3 ones. He said I don't know. That's what he told me. I said,
"Oh man, I would not ever."
You do you.
I heard it all.
You do you.
Oh Jesus!
This is not cool, bro. But I'll read it.
You asked. No, I'm just giving you information.
Super chat. That's fire.
All right, Cypher.
Oh no!
Thank you, but also thank you for the super chat.
I heard it all.
Cozy, stop laughing so loud. Hey, Cozy.
Granddaddy sweetheart.
Tone it down. What the hell?
Oh my God.
Wow, he said sweetheart.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
All right, man. This is great.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this super chat and then we have to get up out of here, Ham. Do you agree or gonna keep it going? We just lost like 5 points in our ESG score with all of this foolishness. Like Sweet
gained a
Baby's
few
not
points,
gonna make
honestly.
they're not gonna give us any anyway. They don't have lot lizards in Africa. They have Serengeti sweet pots. What's a sweet pot?
That's a fucking banger super chat.
That is the best super chat, I think, of 2023.
No,
that is fantastic.
Right? What a sweet pot. I don't know what sweet pots are. What a sweet pot. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. What a sweet pot. You know what? Fuck you guys. All right? You guys are moving on.
Such an educational day for love.
All of you. You won't even tell me what a sweet pot is. What is a sweet pot?
Come on, man. This show is fun.
Someone in the chat.
Episode.
Yeah, man.
All right, moving on.
So what you do, man?
This man don't get the yellow check mark. They're done. They're cooked.
Solo had to read it out loud. He had to read it out loud. Like, bro, just let him cook. Let it go.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, support these guys by giving them super chats because they getting the yellow check mark. They ain't getting no ad revenue on this show. They're cooked.
I will unfollow you. Cypher, if you don't freaking tell me what a sweet pot is, I will unfollow you and block you on Twitter. Freaking tell me what a sweet pot is. Fuck all of you. Screw you.
Oh my God, my head hurt. My head hurt.
Screw you too and Cozy. Your laugh is weird, all right?
Man, this man Logan
the hell is a sweet pot? Someone tell me what a sweet pot is. Let me ask Chris.
You got Urban Dictionary right there, look.
I googled sweet pot. It didn't show.
Urban Dictionary. Man. Urban Dictionary.
It says it's showing me Wi-Fi.
Okay, hold on. Just type in sweet pot mean in slang, and then you'll get a good gist of it. Yeah.
Motherfucker, just tell me what a sweet pot is.
I'm not, I ain't reading that. You read it. You look it up. You read it.
Yeah, you're the one that's curious. You're the one.
You're curious about it.
Oh man, y'all about to kill this man.
Oh man.
What does sweet pot mean? Okay, here we go. What does sweet pot mean? Jesus.
You want to read it to us?
Come on, man. The term sweet pot is commonly used in baseball to refer to the part of the bat that offers the best contact
Wow.
and power when hitting a baseball. It is situated between. I don't give a fuck about no MLB, dude. What the hell? Why are we
I
talking about
said
baseball?
slang. I said type
Okay,
in
when a
what
girl
sweet
uses the
spot.
term, when a girl uses the term sweet pot, she is most likely referring to the actual meaning of it in the context of baseball. Just like guys, girls can use the term sweet pot to describe optimal spot of contact in a bat
Not
when
what
hitting a
Loki-
baseball.
I mean, that's not
No.
what
However,
I don't know.
No.
I
it's
don't know about
also
all that.
That's
possible
the
that girls may
Caucasian
use sweet
variant
spot
to the last
in
one.
a different way or with a different meaning compared to everyone else. Here are a few possibilities. Girls might use sweet pot metaphorically to describe something that is right or perfect. For example, they found a sweet pot for studying. It's in the library. In the romantic context, the girl may use sweet pot to describe a moment, situation that feels particularly
This is
romantic.
wild. This is
Oh,
Man,
Suresh,
someone
man,
tell me-
you ain't shit, Suresh, man. Why you type? Why
Man,
you type
man.
that, bro?
You know what? Screw you guys. Screw all of you guys. Someone
Okay,
tell
hold
me-
on. I'll read this. I'll read this. Okay. In the slang terms, it means the clitoris, prostate gland, or the
Oh.
center of sexual pleasure.
I
Yeah,
swear, all of this, y'all were laughing your asses off. Ah, Ham. No, you know what? You know what, Matt? I don't expect
nuts.
anything from you. Bit, I just met you. Cozy, you're always a troll. K-Mega, you've always hated my guts. But Ham, I thought we was friends, bruv. You laughing your ass off here for 10
Oh
long
my
ass
God.
friends with all your American friends. You could have just told me, dude.
all your American friends.
American friends.
Dude.
Oh man.
That's messed
Man.
up.
Wow.
That's messed
Look, I
up.
can't help you, bro.
That is
Man.
wild.
Oh, my Lord.
You didn't want to help. It's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm doing right now? Me, and Oshus, we're setting up with some South African and some Zimbabwean friends. Watch your ass, bro. Watch your ass.
Oh,
I got you. I got you.
Pause.
Sir X-Man with a $2 super chat says, look, he is not ready for America. That's a fact.
Man.
You know what?
You ain't.
This episode, right? This episode, finally, the meme of Logan's from Texas, it's over. We're done with it. We're never going to have to address this again. All right?
Oh,
I'm
man.
just gonna refer everyone to episode whatever the fuck this is, and then be like, just watch that and believe if I'm from Texas or not.
Well, yeah, no,
Silent
you from
Cypher.
Texas. You just from the rural area in Texas. It's all right.
Rural
Like I said,
area.
it's
He went
8
to
miles
like
from
one of
Denton.
them all Christian schools.
Yeah.
He's from Texas, but he was homeschooled.
You're right. Yeah,
Oh,
that's all
yeah.
right. It's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Silent Cypher,
Nothing wrong with
$2
that.
super chat. Just don't tell Log was a rolling brownout is. What is a rolling brownout?
Come on.
Come on, let's
Man.
keep it moving.
Yeah, but we gotta keep it moving.
What we
Yeah,
doing, man? This turned into
man,
an encyclopedia. Let him go, man.
Bro, this is wild, man. This is wild.
All right.
This is.
All right, let's move on.
He started this with that crazy ass topic.
Oh no.
Let's move on from Alan Walk to not worth discussing. It's just a Cope article. No one's buying Alan Walk, all right, just because it won game of the like award for the game of the year doesn't mean shit. Moving on, Mortal Kombat 1 expected to finally get crossplay early next year. K-Mega, you psyched for this?
Because the net code for Mortal Kombat 1 is cheeks. As somebody said in the super chat earlier, I see why they delayed it. You know what I'm saying? The input lag is atrocious. Mm-hmm. So and I got it on console and on PC. I double dipped on it. So it's the same. It's better on console than it is on PC. But regardless of the fact, I am looking forward to that because that means that they'll probably actually invest in putting in some rollback netcode, or at least have it to where the input lag is not as not as bad as it is. And maybe in a sense of things, that's why they delayed it, because a lot of people were asking why they didn't have crossplay already implemented, and they probably was because the new system, the way that the combat is in MK1, that they probably had to redefine some things. So it might not be as simple as that. They just half-assed on something. They probably just needed to just get some things ironed out. But I am looking forward to it because I mean the game it's very different, but but the main storyline is absolutely fantastic. The combat, once you get to learn it, is really, really fluid and really cool. So yeah, and it just, you got to give Ed Boon all the credit in the world, because when people first seen it, they were already like objective to it. When people played the demo, I believe there was a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is dead on arrival." And now when people are actually starting to see that it's simplistic, but it's for people who just want to kind of jump in, but it also is a skill level to where you have to master. And just like with any other fighting game, it just, the more that you play it, the better that you get. So yeah, I'm excited about it, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, bro. I'm happy. I'm happy that it's getting this. Like you just said, netcode is #1 for this, especially when it comes to ranked and everything. It's crazy though. Like the more I hear about fighting games and weird stuff, like Street Fighter 6, for example, with the whole $100 for cosmetic DLC. Oh. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I'm seeing all this, and yet I look on the left, and it's like, bro, why isn't no one giving props? But I'm glad people are giving props to Tekken. Tekken 8 looks like a true masterpiece right now from what I have seen. That is what I've been wanting. That is a love letter. I love the beta, the CBT.
Everything.
It
is everything. It will be the best fighter. Yeah, it is the best fighting game already, and it's not, and the game is not officially out yet. But when people play the demo that comes out the demo's already out, I think, for the PlayStation right now. Yeah, when it comes to PC and Xbox on the 21st. Yeah, it will be absolutely Tekken 8 will be the best fighting game that's come out in the last year. There's no question about it. Street Fighter had its moment. Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is great.
And it did great. The thing about Street Fighter 6 though, they're losing ground by doing, they're going into bad behavior that set them up for what they were before Street Fighter 6, if that makes sense. And I don't like seeing it. I don't like to see people regress to bad stuff. I'd rather see more of good. You know what I'm saying? The thing about Tekken, if you buy a DLC for Tekken, let's say you just bought it hypothetically for one character, for your preferred character, that DLC works for every character. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. That one DLC is for everybody. So it's like a one-time thing and you're done. Now, there is one thing. There is a possibility they could slip up with Tekken 8, because y'all know they're putting a big emphasis on customization for your online counterpart in the arcade thing. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. But honestly, I don't really think they're going to go overboard to that extent, because, again, it's mostly going to come down to the content of the fighters you play and what you do. And from what I've seen, bruh, that's what that gen should be. Fast, fluid, and, hard hitting, something that gets you excited. The new heat system, I was worried about it at first. After I got the hang of it, bruh, that is one of the coolest things added to the game. Period. Day one. And I'm glad I waited. And personally, I'm glad, they didn't rush this. They took their sweet time. Every character reveal in terms of Tekken 8 has felt like an event. Even Reina. Heihachi's quote unquote looks like his daughter, bro. Come on, man.
That looks dope. Yeah. The one thing too, lastly, that I'm going to jump. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I just wanted to say this is that the difference between Street Fighter 6, I feel, and Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter 6 is the better overall feeling fighter than Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat has the more compelling characters than Street Fighter 6. Tekken has all that wrapped up in one, and that story mode, which I was a little bit afraid of with Tekken because of Tekken 7. I'm not no more. It's on the level of Mortal Kombat,
bro. They won me over. I don't know if you saw it in like the first milliseconds of the trailer, like the first 5 milliseconds. But you saw Ogre. When I saw that, I was okay. I see what y'all doing. Y'all legit going back. Y'all fixing stuff. Y'all bringing this back. So that's all I need to say. So I'm excited for it. I don't even need to know anything else in regards to Tekken 8. This is one of the first times I ever looked at that from a fighter game perspective. I just seen the character models after that, and that's it. So I can't wait.
I'm super excited for the fact that Tekken is getting more and more mainstream to the point where we bring up Mortal Kombat and the conversation deviates to Tekken.
topic.
I mean, listen, Mortal Kombat had its moment. It was good. We all were excited for it. It looked great. It's fluid, but I really don't think Mortal Kombat's going to be until they get to like the other character releases. You know what I'm saying? They just had Adam. Was it like, what's the Adam? What's the name? The other guy?
Quan Chi.
No. Was it Quan Chi? Okay, so Quan Chi was
the
the last guy. Before that, it was the other guy. So I think once Homelander gets released or whatever, then I think the conversation is going to come right back to Mortal Kombat, and you're going to see more talks about it, even more so. But it's still
you were talking about Omni-Man.
Yeah, Omni-Man, that's the name.
Omni-Man, but Quan Chi just released
like
a couple of days ago. Yeah, last week.
So once Homelander is released, though, I do see the conversation kind of shifting a bit to them because they want to see these new characters. So make no mistake about it, Mortal Kombat's no slouch. I would say Mortal Kombat has more of a draw, honestly, than Street Fighter.
It always has, but the thing is, Mortal Kombat has never had a draw as a fighting game. For
I agree. Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like
it's never been like that
go-to people who don't play fighting games,
right? It's never really been.
Whereas like Street Fighter and Tekken, they operate on a different scene, which is why it's great to see the actual fighting games.
I will say this though.
Finally.
But I will say this though. There is an there's a Western fighter that's coming, and that some people may have overlooked. That's going to get that esteem even on the East, and that is Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is going to. Killer Instinct is going to make
I hope so. Like they're missing a golden opportunity by not having Killer Instinct in this conversation. Like just like they were missing out on not being in the superhero conversation, but now they're in it with Blade. I hope to God they do bring Killer Instinct back and they get in this hype train. They gotta. There's too many.
They will. They would not have brought the upgrade if they didn't. If they weren't going to do it. And also at Evo, the lead guy for Killer Instinct spilled the beans. He got so hyped because the Evo crowd was enjoying them to come back, and he was like that they're already working on something else, and they'll be working on Killer Instinct for the next 10 years. So there is a Killer Instinct 2 that's going to be dropping. So there's no question about it.
Fire. All right, let me read the super chat. Sexman with the $2 super chat says, "Look, don't drop the soap. You should know that one." Yes, I do know that one. I do. I've watched enough American movies to know what dropping the soap. Also, I watched the Boondocks, so I'm well aware. All right. Can we leave me alone now? Let's move on. Ham, Matt, you want to add anything on the Mortal Kombat thingy?
I'm all good.
Yeah, I think I'm all set on that one.
Oh yeah.
All right. Moving on. Fallout 4 next gen update delayed to 2024. Before you guys go, I want to go first. I tried to replay Fallout 4 after I saw the trailers for the TV show, and I can't do it. I can't do it. It's laggy. It's choppy. It doesn't feel as good as the first time I played it. So I'm very excited about this update because I'd like to play it at 60 FPS and better load times.
60
on the Xbox.
You have to turn on FPS boost, or you can get the 60 FPS mod. But it's 60 FPS on Xbox.
Okay, I don't play it on. I don't put mods on.
Well, you can just do you just turn on FPS boost.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, go to compatibility options and then turn on FPS boost for Fallout 4.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Well, while I do that, bit as the international education, as our guest, go ahead, lead us out on this topic of Fallout 4. Are you interested or no?
Oh, God,
he was talking to you, Bit.
I'm sorry.
He was asking.
Yeah. About Fallout. Oh no, I'm not really a Fallout guy. I'm not a Fallout guy. Never been. Sorry.
All right. Okay, Mega.
That's great. I could probably finally finish it. So go back and actually finish it. So yeah, no, I mean I'm all for it. No, I never finished Fallout 4. No, 3, but not 4.
Why? I'm curious.
Other games came up. And so now it's in the backlog, and something I said I'll go and I'll jump on and get, and it's years later. So, but I'll tend to do that. I mean, I didn't actually ever. I mean, I bought Man, oh my God, Dragon Age Inquisition day one. I didn't beat it until 2020, 2021.
What?
So I do that. Like I'll go back to my backlogs. I have no problem with that. So yeah. So I'll eventually go to it. So this will get me inspired to get to it when they bring the next gen update. But I just haven't beat it.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
On the Series X, it can sometimes surpass 60 FPS. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, man.
I didn't know that either.
Bro. Cozy.
Yes.
Thoughts on Fallout 4 being delayed? The update.
It's good for. I mean, it's bad for I guess the people that care about it. I don't care.
Oh, damn. Ham, go ahead. Damn.
I've tried to get into Fallout a few different times, and right now I'm just kind of like
Armor Redemption.
right now I'm more or less just like waiting to watch the show to see if the show can give me any kind of enthusiasm to try to get back into Fallout, because I bought Fallout 4 day one on my Xbox One, the VCR Xbox One, and then I got Fallout 76 with my Xbox One X. And I've tried a little bit of New Vegas, and I had a pretty good time with a little bit of New Vegas, but then I just stopped playing it. Might I add, I only had it on my Steam Deck, and I only play my Steam Deck every once in a while. So I mean, it sounds interesting, but I'm not like dying for it. There's so many other things I'm looking forward to other than that, but that's a nice little stat padder.
All right. Well, I was psyched for it, and now Matt is telling me I can play the 60 FPS right now. So I'm a bit less psyched for it. Moving on. Why E3 died a failure.
I think it's really cool, Oak.
What's really cool?
I think the Fallout 4 patch is really cool, Oak.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
sorry, you. My bad.
You do that a lot. You do that a lot.
You tend to. You tend to do that,
and it's always with Matt. It's always with
Matt.
It
really
yeah,
is.
He doesn't like you.
Moving on. Why E3 died?
Yeah, let's move on.
Why E3 died? A failure to evolve, huge cost, and too much competition. So, Matt, you go first. Why do you think E3 died?
I mean, not adapting, failing to adapt to the pandemic, which, I mean, it sucks that happened, but it's like, you got to adapt. And if you don't, then, hey, this is kind of what happens. Sucks for a lot of people. Like, I know that was something on my bucket list. I would have loved to go to E3 once. That's never going to happen. But it's just like, I don't know what to say, because it's like they just couldn't adapt to. Once the pandemic hit, it was kind of like, and then Jeff Keighley started like leaning into his whole Summer Games Fest, and then all these companies were like, well, let's just do our own thing. That kind of just was the end for E3, unfortunately.
All right, Bit. What is the specific reason why E3 died, in your opinion?
I mean, first of all, I was in the same area, the same location for decades at this point. Number one, E3, like, it's funny. We used to call that the Super Bowl of gaming. I remember that. That was our WrestleMania for gamers.
Yes.
So what does WrestleMania do every year? It changes location, it has a theme to it. It's it's treated as an actual event.
Same with the Super Bowl and all that stuff. Yeah.
Why
really any big event, even the Olympics?
Yeah. Why wasn't the World Cup done like this? You feel me? Exactly. So why wasn't E3 given this type of thing? Different themes to go with it, like E3 Las Vegas, E3 Atlanta, E3 Philadelphia, vice versa. Move it around, add different things to it. Why wasn't it done this?
I think you're right about that. They were really late to adapt, though, because they weren't. It wasn't a what's the word I'm looking for? It was more. It wasn't. What's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't like. It was industry.
Yeah.
And that was the problem. It just it tried to make a pivot.
Right.
Too late. But you were absolutely right, because if they picked more places, you could have picked up more like
more
especially
eyes on the
growing.
event, more intrigue would have been there, demand would have been there for the event in general. A lot of people still don't even know what E3 is, believe it or not. Like, think about that. A lot of people who are new to gaming in general never heard of E3, never experienced E3.
Yep.
And a lot of people would have definitely pulled up if it was in their selected area or close. They would have pulled up. Think about it. You can play all the new games before they even drop, Spider-Man 2 and all that stuff. Let's say all these games that we played this year were on the mid to coming out, but you can play them 3 weeks early. You don't think people would have pulled up to this event just to experience those?
You can
and
take awkward pictures with your favorite streamer. You can take awkward
meet
pictures.
legends in the industry of games that you just now love and whatnot, and create moments. These are things that E3 was meant to be, but the thing is, they lost that essence. And the biggest thing that killed them, believe it or not, was the fact that they had that doxing situation where they had all the journalists come through,
Man.
and they doxed all their info.
That happened twice, actually.
Remember correctly, it was like social or something like that. All that stuff got out. I'm like, bro,
it happened twice.
How do y'all do that?
Consecutive.
Crazy.
Years.
The venue that they were in, like, they had no love for gaming. They just complained that they had no love for gaming. They looked at it as a tool just to get money out of you at that particular way, but they didn't want to put money into it, if that makes sense, to make more money. Type of thing. So that's why the venue that it was in was falling apart. They didn't care about anything of that nature. They had no desire to really step up. And if I remember correctly, and this is crazy, but y'all remember Sony was usually the only one to buy the most showroom space at E3. So when Sony not going and all these other developers pulling out, it's like you pretty much killed yourself. Yeah, there's no point. People, the main reason to go to E3, that's why we looked at it, was the big three. If two of the big three are there, it ain't really E3. You might as well call it E2. It's not E3. So it's just how it is, man. E3, it's a shame because funny thing is, and I owe X-Play for this. Y'all remember back in the day, X-Play was our go-to gaming news. But I remember X-Play was the whole thing that introduced me to E3. And I remember I was like, damn, that's actually at a convention. I always wanted to go. And then you find out TGS is a thing. Then you got, now we got Summer Games Fest to fill the void, so to speak, for E3. But you got all these other things. We had Gamescom. We have Gamescom. We have Paris Games Week, PSX. I don't really think it's too much competition. No, the thing is, they didn't want to improve. They didn't want to evolve. You got to evolve in this particular market. Things change. Everybody's on the internet now. Just like how, ironically, you would think X-Play would have got that immediately. See, back when X-Play was number one, we weren't on the internet as much. We weren't on Twitter. You know what I mean? Social media kind of killed X-Play before it got took out anywhere. You think about it. Because everybody does
Big Cloud Gaming. Remember, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
Yeah, and she
disappeared.
She gone.
Yeah, everybody gone, dog.
She gone.
Everybody gone.
Adam Sessler destroyed his legacy.
Man.
Yeah, like I don't know what.
That's crazy, right? Adam Sessler used to be that dude we looked to for gaming.
I still,
dude.
Yeah, he's still the GOAT to me, but I just.
So I can't look at him the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't look at him. I can never look at him.
Don't meet your heroes,
the smartest dude, the smartest person of the OGs, because she knew exactly what that contract was and stayed the hell away from it. And Olivia Munn as well. But that's the point, though. There's really no real reason to get invested in E3. None. Ain't no big announcements there.
Yeah.
So sorry. Bid, I thought you were done. Go ahead, finish.
Oh no! I'm saying there's no big announcements for E3 anymore, and they've already eloquently pretty much proved this. Sony had this first ever console reveal in a live video call, basically for PS5, and did extremely well, better than E3, if I remember correctly, from their hardware reveals at the time. They had, Microsoft was going to Keighley to show off Xbox Series X at the time. So really, they don't really need anybody. And Nintendo, of course, has the Treehouse when they announced Switch 2. So they really don't need E3 for anything. So it's a little too late, unfortunately. And it's sad.
Yeah. Cozy, go ahead.
I don't remember what I was saying.
All right. While you try to remember, K-Mega.
Yeah.
What caused the death of E3?
fans, the fanfare, because once the fans got into it, the media hated E3 even more because that was the venue that they felt that was their own. And when they implemented the fans, which they did before at one time, like I think in the early 2000s or like even in the 90s. But then they reverted to just being nothing but just an expo for the media and for like developers and things like that. Once they added the fan element in it, you could just tell for the times that I've been up there how the media would treat, not all the media, but a lot of them would treat content creators, especially, and just fans. Like there are some of those people that are just absolute dicks. And
if you don't have 100K subscribers, bro, they looking at you like a peasant. Like, why are you here? Oh,
yeah, right. Like if you know what I'm saying, and then just the fact of when they implemented to where the content creators can get into the same spaces as they could, they hated it. They would. I remember we walked into one spot and you know we have our badges on. We're media, and you know, and we're walking in there, and there was media people that was there, and they saw some of us come in there together, and they walked out. They didn't interact with us. They didn't say anything to us. They just walked right out. And there was a few that was cordial and things like that. But no, I remember, and this was the craziest thing, man. I remember me and Colt was walking to the Microsoft Center at the time before they changed the name to Peacock Center. And if you familiar with how E3 is, or you're not, like the Staples Center is right there, and across the street is the Microsoft Center, and then the E3 building is right there. Like it's all kind of close together. It's not all separated like some people think. But Alana Pierce was there. Oh, fanboyed out. Yo, like, and I'm like, oh, damn, you know, like, oh, wow, you know. So, but Colt went up there to go say something. There was a person walked up and came up there and like, hey, who are you? And she got all scared and yeah, like, and Colt was like, no, and Colt didn't get like crazy or fanboyish like that. He just was like, hey, so good to see you. Trying to introduce himself, and then he got the stiff arm from some dude out the, that I don't know if like she had like a little entourage or if there was other people, and then she didn't even say anything to him, like. But I bet you now she would say something to him, because this is when Colt was first getting started. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it was pretty wild to me. Like, yo, now it's I seen the thing with Kojima, which pisses me off to this day, of how he treated my boy. Oh my goodness, why can't because we always call him the AKA the driver. Because he was the one driving. So he's a content creator now. Why I can't think of my boy's name right now? That's my apologies. But he anyway. So we're there, and there's wrestlers there. There's basketball players there. They're promoting stuff, and Kojima walks in there. So people are just freaking out. Kojima has a entourage, mind you. I met so many other developers and talked to those people, like from the people from Remedy and just countless people, right? Just cool.
Oh yeah, you can walk there. Boom, he'd be mad chill, like take a picture. Like,
I got pictures with
Boom was one of the mad chillest people in the industry I've ever seen. Crazy, cool, yeah,
cool. And so anyway, Kojima walking with an entourage. So bro goes up to him, and he's fanboy out. He's like, yo, he just wanted to get just say what's up, Kojima. Love your work. You know what I'm saying? This is when he's first promoting Death Stranding, and he gets up there and he gets pushed back. Kojima acts like he didn't even see that dude. And this is a fan. How you going to sit there and act like that? Like, people are trying to get to him, and maybe just because it's just the way that it is, and he's surrounded by bodyguards, and he's getting up in the spot. And I mean,
wow,
a different perception of, and I'm not saying that Kojima's a bad person. I'm just going off of what I just seen in person.
You're going off of the
and Super G. My bad, Super G. Why the hell I couldn't think of your name, Super G? and Super G got pushed back, and he's like, "Yo, man, I'm just trying to say what's up. I'm not." And instead of like Kojima just like, "Hey, man, hey, how you doing?" putting his hand out, Kojima didn't even look at him. He just kept moving on. And so and I think that type of situation is kind of what hurt. Because you got people like me who are fans. On top of that, being content creators, the media is not liking it. You got Jeff Keighley has been out about trying to get rid of the E3 because he left way early before, and then they moved over to the one guy who's the PlayStation guy that got all the controversy for saying all the stuff about PC guys, and then all the other stuff that he said. Well, I forget. Greg Miller, yeah. And so before he started taking over, but so Jeff Keighley was already out of there. He was already planning on doing stuff anyway because of everything that was transpiring. So at the end, it's like they didn't want to move from the different venue. California is expensive as hell. These developers has been complaining about how expensive it is out there in California. Mm-hmm. Why not move the venue to at least Vegas? Vegas is like, because this is an adult event. Vegas would be the perfect spot. It's not as expensive as California. And on top of that, you have
got the spectacle with all the lights and just being there. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. And
easy promotion.
Easy promotion. But again, if you can go all over the place. Yeah, no, you can go to Detroit. I mean, hell, I knew that E3 would never come to Oklahoma, but damn, I can drive 3 hours to go to Texas, to go to Dallas, or I would go to 5 hours to go to Houston if they decided to go to either one. Yeah. To be a part of that event.
One time a year. I mean, I'm down. Like it would have been fire.
Right.
Enjoy some games, see potentially what's next behind closed curtains that you won't see aired online. I mean, bro, why not? And that's the thing. Like they missed that golden opportunity. That was like, remember, the big surprise behind E3 was what's next. That was the big surprise behind what's next.
Yes.
And that was their big selling point. So when you watched the show and the show went off, you always felt a little bummed, like, damn, what else do these guys see who actually had attendance? That was that intrigue. But the fact they never capitalized on it. And they did somewhat for a few years because they did start stepping up. But it ultimately
never was the same.
Yeah, it ultimately started to come up to just like creativity on the actual person who bought quote unquote venue space. If that makes sense. Like it's how Sony in 2016 with the orchestra, when they first started doing orchestras with God of War and all that stuff. Like it's how they were the only ones doing that. They had those crazy set pieces they were moving and dudes were hanging upside down for days. They were doing stuff like that. They were the only ones doing that type of stuff. Whereas other ones, Microsoft kind of approached it like a futuristic, like big screen, high tech type of, I'm talking about that green high tech, like walkway type of thing they were going for. Again, they never capitalized on this stuff. The actual people who run the organization, they never capitalized.
Did you remember what you're trying to say?
No.
So no, I just thought of the whole situation, man. I just think
because it's funny you mentioned that because I'm pretty sure Jeff Keighley might start doing that after the whole people storming his stage at Game Awards. I'm pretty sure he might start doing that low key down the road. It might happen.
Yeah.
On stage, it's fine. But randomly walking through the lobby or whatever, that's what makes E3 special.
That's what made it special. Yeah. Like, cause I mean, there was so many approachable and I'm reading the super chat here from Vic, and he's saying on his defense, Japanese people don't like people so close in their personal space. But then that confuses me because I was sitting here talking with people from Bandai Namco. I was talking with people from Harada is cool. Coolest dude out there. That is
one of the most insane cool dude. Like you make a joke, like yo, Harada. Like that's when he started the trend where he said, "Don't ask me for shit." But you notice that's his trend. He's like, "Hey yo, Harada, hey yo, I love your work, but hey, can you change the da animation for Jin? Like make that noise in the game." People like, he's like, "Hey, I appreciate you." He even give you a hug. Like he'll legit interact. Like, "Hey, I appreciate you." But guess what? He said, "What? Number one." He said, "What? Don't ask you for shit."
The people in Atlas, they were there promoting their game. They were kind. Like there was plenty of Japanese developers that was there. That was kind of like 90% of everybody there that was there. Now, of course, there were some developers that would there were people who would try to promote themselves and they would hand them their card or whatever. And then there would be a developer that would wrap that shit up and throw it in the trash afterwards. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, man, I see this shit all the time. But just approach, talk, communicate, and be on, as long as you wasn't tripping and nobody, and that was the one thing about E3.
You never want to force like
tripping.
You're selling a product to someone, like anybody, like even if they're like someone like in your media. That's the thing when people mess up in media. You gotta be like, you gotta talk, you know that person first of all. You gotta like actually have a conversation, like at least know that person. And you know, it'd be hard as it is to reach out in emails for these Japanese companies as it is, but like when you have golden opportunities, when you meet them up close in person, that's when you put your best impression out there of yourself. Further, simple as that. You don't be all up in their space to begin with. But the problem is, though, I get it. A lot of people get excited. I mean, hell, I'd be excited. You know, you meet legends in the industry. These guys who make games that change your life for sure. But they're like actively not necessarily like acting weird or crazy towards that individual, and they're just like, you know, geeking out, like, you know, maybe jumping up and down or screaming or something like that. That's different. You know, I mean, that's just a natural reaction. But
I geeked out when I seen it, when I talked to Ed Boon, and then when I talked to the people at Remedy. I geeked out.
Sam Lake, you know, all of them.
Bro, I was like, man, Quantum Break, bring us another one. They started laughing and they was talking. They was like, well, you know, we're working on this game right here. Yeah, I was like, oh, I got control. I'm on it, whatever. And, you know, and I didn't care about like asking because at that time it was people wondering if it was going to be exclusive to PlayStation. I didn't ask that shit. And I say this all the time when I was there. There was people that I interacted with that wore all PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I've got my Xbox gear on, but the camaraderie, the love of just gaming was just there. Like no console war bullshit, just the love of gaming. I hate that it's gone. I hate it.
It's social media, man. Social media has killed so many first impressions. I hate it. Keyword first impressions for a lot of people. You can't tweet something without it getting taken out of context. You can't be honest about something without someone being offended. You can't be critical of something without someone flipping it into something that's not what it is. And that's the problem. And you know, that ultimately comes down to Last of Us, but I mean, I'll just let it go.
Unfortunate, but it's just the truth. Hamothy, why did E3 die?
So I'm going to emphasize this because nobody else really did. I mean, I think you got like some of you guys breezed past a little bit, but honestly, I think E3 throughout the years, as you guys have mentioned, pricing on some of like the floor setups and stuff like that. Also, you know, people's information getting leaked out, the placement of said event being stagnant after so long. But to me, the twist of the blade that killed E3 was COVID. COVID made everybody step back and realize and say, oh, I finally got this chain off of my neck. I can finally maybe figure out a way to do this myself, seeing that I don't really have the option of being able to go out and kick it with people anyways. So with that being said, let's go all digital. Crap, a ton of people are showing up to this digital event. Well, it looks like we don't have to go there in person. And then, you know, people started, you know, wanting them to come out in person, and then who stepped up? Jeff.
See, and that's where that goes back to evolving, him. When you digital, there's really no excuse for you not to move it around. You think about that. Like they could have cut a whole lot of cost and went to different venues and had the same exact result, if not a better result, by doing that. And they would have made their money back in 10 times the viewership, on YouTube. That's it.
So yeah, I just think that, I mean, obviously PlayStation leaving, that didn't help. And then, you know, as we started to think that last year was going to be like an E3, you then started seeing other people being like, nah, I ain't going to do that. And then when I see that from the outside looking in as somebody that's never been to an E3, I start to think, you know, maybe they ain't as reliant on needing that, seeing what you know what's been happening through COVID. And then on top of that, they probably don't want to pay that tax just to get in the building to be able to do that. Because from what I've heard by reading some articles, they were charging crazy just for rugs on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro. They were throwing like all that crazy tax on developers in general.
Who's
Even
going to
for
want
like
to pay all that
30
money
minutes.
to then show off their stuff and fly everybody out there to do all? No. So to me, it was just like if I'm kind of summing it all up, not just COVID, but I think greed kind of ruined E3.
Hands down.
Yeah. As soon as you corporatize these things, the soul
It's dead.
leaves the
It's
building.
lost its identity. Yeah, it loses its identity.
Yeah. Cozy, one more time. We believe in you. What are your thoughts? Why did E3 die?
Oh,
you can do
because
this.
It's just like everyone else already said everything that, But I mean, I actually think it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Please tell us why.
Because adapt or die.
Man, she said
That
drip or
doesn't say
drown.
much.
Drip or drown.
It doesn't say much, Cozy.
No, it says everything. The failure to accommodate the changing
marketplace.
The changing
Cozy
marketplace,
was in
the changing
cruise
landscape.
control during this whole time. She was like, "Damn, I'm just loving this. I'm flowing."
Yeah.
Leave that woman alone. Leave that woman alone.
The changing landscape. That failure. I you know how I am. I firmly believe, in succeeding, no matter how shady it is, or failing because you failed to do something.
Yeah.
And they failed.
Let me ask y'all, what's y'all favorite, like, now that E3 is officially gone and it's officially dead, what was your favorite E3 moment of all time?
2018. 2018 was everything, man. 2018 was everything.
Okay.
Because you still had PlayStation there in 2018. But that's when they did the flu thing. But then I wanted to go so bad, but then it was a private setting. So
yeah,
I couldn't go. But
you say 2020.
Yeah, that was great for me.
2020 was nice. 2018 was also nice. It's tough. That's tough to pick one. I have to actually think about that.
I didn't really watch it.
For me, I'm gonna have to say, for me, probably more than likely, definitely 2013 with PS4. I think it was 2015. Was it PS4 when we got the reveal?
Yeah.
PS4 reveal.
Yeah.
So the PS4 reveal, because remember, the reason why I put this so high up, because like this is where gamers I thought would understand they run shit when it comes to this industry. Y'all got the power. Y'all determine what this industry goes.
That makes sense.
I've lost that completely. Remember, the main thing we were fighting for was preservation of our library and our freedom as consumers with the games in general, what we buy. That moment when Jack came on stage and flat out said, "We won't do any of this stuff. Y'all won. You can trade your games and all this stuff. Y'all got all that, bro." That's what I'm talking about. That's an E3 moment I don't think can ever be taken away. It's one of the greatest moments of all time, personally.
Yeah.
And in terms of game announcements, I mean, bro, there's so many. The Uncharted 2 reveal.
I was gonna say, 2016 was a huge year. 2015, 2016 for PlayStation was incredible.
Oh, dude, it was too many games. Low key, that was the first time in a long time you could say there was too many games to play on PlayStation at that time. There was way too much. You had the Gravity Rush, you had the Uncharted, bro. They had it all, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get to the salt. Let's get to the salt.
Let's make this the last topic too, look, because I need to
get
moved.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get dinner started too.
Also, everyone, feel free if you want to just dedicate 30 seconds and not even get into this. It's not even like an imposition. All right, take your time. Just be, even if you have no comment, not a problem. The Last of Us multiplayer game canceled with focus on single player games going forward. Naughty Dog has stopped development on the Last of Us Online. Its troubled attempt to create an online version of the popular franchise. The studio says that it would have needed to put all of its resources into post-launch content for years to come, and that approach would have severely impacted its ability to develop future single-player games. Yeah, here's a quote. We realize many of you have been anticipating news around the project, and we've been calling The Last of Us online. There's no easy way to say this. We've made the incredibly difficult decision to stop the development on the game. The multiplayer team has been in pre-production with this game since we were working on The Last of Us Part 2, crafting an experience we felt was unique and had tremendous potential. As the multiplayer team iterated on their concept for The Last of Us Online during this time, their vision crystallized, the gameplay got more refined and satisfying, and we were enthusiastic about the direction in which we were headed. In ramping up to full production, the massive scope of our ambition became clear. To release and support The Last of Us Online, we'd have to put all our studio resources behind supporting post-launch content for years to come, severely impacting development on future single-player games. So we had... Stop laughing, man. So we had two paths in front of us.
Funny.
Become a solely live service game service a studio, or continue to focus on single-player narrative games that have defined Naughty Dog's heritage.
Woo.
I feel like that last statement was full of BS.
That was total bullshit.
Woo. And
That
the
was
people that's
100%
eating that
bullshit.
up. Oh, I'm so happy they're not losing their identity. They're going back to
Dude.
single player. The same
Uh,
people that was hyping up Last of Us factions too, saying it was going to come out this year.
I think,
Or
Yeah,
Or
that's
you
some
could've-
nonsense.
you could have just released a multiplayer that is just a multiplayer. It doesn't have to be a live service.
bingo.
Just a regular ass multiplayer alongside the game, like you did with the
I
first
got
Last of
a
Us.
take on that, by the way. It's going to go right into the sinister nature of what's
Go
really
for it.
more unlikely going to happen. So yeah, I noticed that
I
this is a
swear, I
remaster.
didn't even have to say, guys, go in. I just
No.
finish the
This
statement.
is where we pounce. This is where we pounce on the prey type of thing.
God damn.
So
right,
y'all
man.
notice how it's a remaster,
Jeez.
and they flat out said the remaster is not on PC, right?
Mhm.
What is Sony's MMO? What has been Sony's MMO, so to speak, when they drop these games on PC? What comes next, guys? Come on, I know this. Think about it.
Oh, the you talking about the sequels or they do the director's cut version or whatever?
The
The
remake
remakes?
in this particular case.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's going to be a full-on remake, or they might do what you just said, director's cut. And the way they justify it being 70 for you, because you're going to pay for it again. They're going to try to make you pay for it again. They're going to put factions. The assets that was put into this are going to get reworked, and they're going to use factions 1 and put that in there.
Please,
And that's
no.
going to be the whole shtick going into factions 2. That's going to be it. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do to try and get 70 out of you. Remember, they already got you for 10. Dude's like, oh, I'm happily buying. Yeah, you're happily buying a game with 3 maps that might, by the way, aren't fully accessible. You can't fully explore. A rogue mode, which, by the way, Sony Santa Monica is giving away for free.
Right.
And story
I still need to
expansion
play
on
that.
top of that. Think about that. Free. What are we paying for? Oh, adaptive triggers. We got that with God of War Ragnarok for free. Accessibility settings. That's free in Ragnarok.
What? Why would you? But you shouldn't be paying for accessibility.
And that's another point. People are so dumb in this particular case. They actually believe, well, accessibility features are great. They include people. They need to add this stuff in there. This is where they lose me. If you're trying to include newer gamers, don't you think it would be cheaper? In this particular case, don't you think it should be free for the newer gamers, and you have accessibility features for those gamers on top of that to make them feel involved? You got adaptive controllers. Why are we doing this? Doesn't make sense. But people make excuses for this all the time. And now they look stupid. I had people arguing with me this whole year. Oh, you're wrong. Naughty Dog's great. Naughty Dog has literally released the same game for the past 4 years. 5 years, actually.
The entire generation has been just the same ass games.
Same. And dudes talk about, oh, well, it looks better on Xbox. I don't give a damn if it looked better than Xbox. It ain't nothing better. Like, there's nothing else out there. You have nothing else. Like, just plenty of other games they could have been remaking. I would have taken a Jack and Daxter, hands down, hand over fist, over another one of these.
Sly Cooper, yeah.
I would have taken Sly Cooper. their talent is wasted. And the funny thing is, you see how people were trying to jump on this train? They were hyping up Insomnia games because of Spider-Man 2. But if I remember correctly, when Spider-Man 2 was shown, the gameplay was shown at the State of Play. What was they saying? The game looked dated. See, Insomnia game's not that great. These same dudes now want to hype it up because the only game that dropped this year. That's the hypocrisy and the stupidity of social media. And I don't take a lot of these Twitter gamers seriously. Most of these Twitter gamers don't even game or play the games they run their mouths about, which I eloquently exposed not too long ago, but I'm gonna leave that to myself.
More shots fired.
But I'm gonna leave that to myself. Going back to this, it's funny.
What was that? The three what?
The 3 Horizons? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the 3 Horizons.
3 Horizons, huh?
Oh, it's tragic.
AAA games are great, but all you play is mobile games, cell phone games. But excuse me. PlayStation.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me. And by the way, Megan, remember Game Pass is bad, y'all. But all those indie games he played, those little cell phone games, they're all on Game Pass.
Oh shit. Oh well.
I thought Game Pass is bad though. It looks like Game Pass is your home. That's all you're playing, my guy. But hey, I'm gonna fall back. It's about to be a new year. It's about to be a new year. I just gotta get my pettiness out of the way. Back to this, though. It's been a funny year for me altogether.
I need
the
some
stupidity,
water.
the excuses crack me up. Oh, Big Cloud, you don't know they got the resources. You don't know they got the budgeting. This is Sony and this is Naughty Dog. What the hell is wrong with y'all? They got all the. They got it. They got it all, bro. If Neil Druckmann can get a sex scene in the damn video game from PlayStation, I don't think you guys need to be worried about budgeting for anything in regards to for Sony in terms of Naughty Dog. Remember, Sony was on the verge of canceling, if not censoring, all anime particular content coming their way. But yeah, that stuff makes it into Last of Us.
Right.
Think about that. Sony's giving preferential treatment to them. And then people wonder why I'm even more harsh, bro. Sony, listen, they had one big release, right? And people are wondering, and then people are on Twitter going, how did Spider-Man not win anything? Bro, it's one game. Y'all won something, but it's not for the stuff that Sony should have been dropping. It's for games. They won for a TV show. Adaptation.
Well, and an indie that nobody played over there, but
Yeah, it was a Games for Impact, which I think that was a participation. I think that was a participation trophy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But still, man, that's what they had. So it's terrible. It's a terrible year. And I don't know if anybody was like, people try to damage show this. Listen, here's what part. Remember, okay, and this is gonna be my last part. Y'all remember how people criticize Xbox for hardware? Because I know, because I was there, right? It was mostly hardware releases. And this is where y'all gonna flip out. In 2023 alone, you got a new PS5 Slim, a PlayStation Portal, PlayStation earbuds, PlayStation headset,
VR,
and
VR. 5 pieces of hardware. You know what I would have liked to take instead of that 5 pieces of hardware? Resistance Remake. Bloodborne 2. Jack and Daxter. Do I need to go Infamous Remake or a new Infamous?
Infamous would be phenomenal.
Ghost of Tsushima Part 2. Update of something.
Yeah.
And the damage control for this year was, Big Cloud. Neil Druckmann said you're going to get factions in 2023. He never said you were going to get it in 2023. He said you're going to hear about it in 2023. And in 2023, you heard about it, but guess what? It wasn't the news that you were waiting for. It was on ice. And you said it's not going to be on, it's not going to be canceled. Y'all believe everything on the internet. Here we are at the end of 2023, and it is gone. There is no excuses anymore. I'm done. I've cut ties with so many dudes because if this was Xbox, there would have been 50 videos on this. It would have been nonstop conversations about this on Twitter. My timeline wouldn't even stop if this was Xbox.
Facts.
Everybody's talking about Xbox is leaving the console generation. Are you sure you want Xbox to leave the damn console generation now? If this is the garbage you're getting? Think about that. You're about to get Horizon Zero Dawn remake. Y'all about to get Horizon Zero Dawn remake
right now.
Y'all about to get Horizon Zero Dawn remake. That's about to be happening. They confirmed that Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a remake.
I thought you said you were bringing a PlayStation centric gamer here. This sounds
keyword gamer.
Hold on.
PlayStation.
And here's where you lose me. This is where you lose me with this right here. So yeah, PlayStation gamer. Yes, I'm a PlayStation gamer. Y'all can check my stats, check my trophies. I got my PSN puts a lot of shame. 90% of the content creators who are on Twitter. My PSN speaks volumes. In fact, here I'll post it for you guys. I have nothing to hide in this regard. I'll post it for you right here in the chat. Y'all can check for yourselves, and y'all tell me if I'm PlayStation or not. If I'm a good representation of what PlayStation gamers should be. So I'll let y'all do this. Here you go, right here. It's right here. But the thing about me, when it comes to this, I don't need to show this to show anything. I let my actions speak for itself. And it comes down to one word: consistency. If you want better in this industry, you want all sides involved to do great. Why? Because it pushes creativity, it pushes innovation, it pushes this industry to go forward. If one side's not doing this and flat out, or in this particular case, if one side had did it, but they got lazy and are not even trying to improve and give you something, you're not getting nothing in the long run. So it pisses me off that people make these excuses. It's ridiculous. What are we doing here? I've seen better from PlayStation at E3 alone. We all can name an E3 moment that Sony came through and it was like a final boss type of moment with an announcement. We know Sony can put out crazy announcements and put out crazy games. This is not even an argument to argue with. We know this. But the fact that people are making excuses, they're using the past to try to cover up what's happening now. That's the past, bro. We are in the present. What are you doing for me now? The answer is flat out nothing. You're nickel and diming everybody. And then they charge you more for PS Plus. Remember, y'all wanted more multiplayer games, but they canceled the biggest multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Does it make sense now? Do you now understand the anger? The frustration? See, a real PlayStation fan is going to tell you this. A fake PlayStation fan that wants to be a salesman and put on this front is going to tell you the opposite. Oh, it's fine. It's better than Xbox, Game Mega. See that list? It's better than Xbox. It's better. See, a fake PlayStation actor is going to do that dumb shit. I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31. I don't know how long I got on this planet, but I want to have the best experience, period, going through the rest of these years. I don't know how long we got on this planet. So
sorry, Game Mega. I know you want to jump in real quick. I just want to throw a little jab at Ham. Ham, remember when I said I would exchange my PS5 for a PS4? If someone paid me back $1,000, copy and paste everything he just said. K-Mega, go ahead.
Listen, man.
Well, before K-Mega goes,
go ahead.
A couple of super chats from Silent Cypher. I'm not sure if you got
Cypher. Oh, so sorry, man. My bad.
There's a one before that. Did you get
Silent Cypher? Coming through hot, man. I'm getting to it right now. So Cypher, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, so it's too difficult to release a game with both single player and multi. So we're going to launch only multi. Too hard also. Great story, Naughty Dog. He ain't buying it. Another super chat from Silent Cypher. Thank you so much, Silent Cypher. Says, going to be quite entertaining when Sony relegates Naughty Dog to the Spider-Man remaster/remakes because they're too arrogant to correct the path. Damn. K-Mega, go ahead, bro.
Well, hold on. I want to send you something right fast, Loke.
Send it to Ham. He'll put it up.
Oh, send it to Ham. Okay, Ham. Let me send it to you right here. Hold on. Okay. All right, Ham, you can go ahead and
came here with slideshows and presentations. This man,
I like my man sit there. I like you know what I'm saying. I like what Bit just did right there. So I want to put my stats of 2023 up right there. So I just let Ham just go ahead and get it. You want to put that up for him, sir? Since you know what I'm saying, we want to talk about gaming. You know what I'm saying?
Unwavering support for PlayStation.
So, but no. Thing, man. I've been fighting this fight for a minute, you know what I'm saying, and I've been saying this for a very long time, and I got called everything but the child of God.
Bro, they called me an Xbox. Man. Look at my PSN. Am I an Xbox?
Bro, it's messy, man. It's like,
thou shalt not criticize.
when I sit there and I told people when Yoshida when Yoshida got demoted, I said,
You're gonna have to take a picture of it, K Mega, and send it to me.
Do it. Okay, hold on. All right. Damn it. I thought if I just clipped it because it just shows your games and review.
No, it doesn't even do that. It just gives me a blank page.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Well, you got the wrong URL. I mean, I don't know.
Probably.
So it looks like a bad URL.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let somebody else go, and then I'm going to send it to you, Ham.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go on ahead and
Okay,
go on
go
this
ahead,
actually
go.
because in my opinion, this is freaking tragic that happened. Could you imagine? Or first of all, let me get this back up on the screen. Could you imagine, like, if Halo Infinite came out, right?
Oh, we going there?
Yeah, we're going.
That's where I was going to go. That's where I was going to go.
He went there. The game that survived the test.
Yes,
we are 100% going there. Imagine if Halo Infinite just dropped the campaign, no multiplayer, and then told you we're working on the multiplayer, but it ain't good enough. And it was back in 2020, or let's actually
like
give it the
2021,
original
I think,
launch
right?
of Infinite, the end of 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, December like 8th or 9th, or if you want to go as far as saying the 20th anniversary for Xbox. Let's say they just dropped the campaign and then made you wait all the way up till now to tell you that we can't do the multiplayer and we scrapped. It's out. It's out. I mean, I'm just trying to get over just the first part of what I just got done saying. How did nobody hold Naughty Dog accountable in the first place when they dropped Last of Us 2 with no factions at all? That should have been there from the start.
But Ham, the Three Horizons, Xbox is going.
Oh shit.
Meanwhile, Halo ain't got enough maps. They ain't got enough things to do. They ain't got enough of this. They ain't got enough of that. Look at you, Xbox. Y'all ain't got nothing to do over there. Y'all ain't got nothing to play. Your multiplayer game is sad. And then I'm like, well, if our multiplayer is bad, then what is your multiplayer game?
Oh, they don't specialize in multiplayer. They've always been a single player company. It's like, bro, it's always some stupid backpedal, like, side defense, like that's like the worst parry system. Like they always getting clipped. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Right,
it don't make sense. If this is a fighting game, they got the worst parry. They got the worst parry in the history of fighting. If this was a fighting game, I'm not even kidding. It's sad. Like, bro, what are we doing here? Y'all hyped it up for years.
To me, the extra sad part is, in my opinion, we're not hearing the noise like we do for anything Xbox in the media and stuff
not
like
even
that when it
close.
comes to PlayStation's debacle. We're still getting articles about Starfield. We're still getting articles about Starfield. Starfield dropped back in September.
Yes, sir.
But we're still getting articles about it today. But we've already forgot about Spider-Man's issues when it came out. We've already forgot about Bungie's issues. We've already forgot just a few days later that The Last of Us Online is no more. Not even a few days ago, just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, oh, that's exactly what I had in plan for them. I never wanted them to do this in the first place. I think they're going too far away from their roots.
Yeah.
Copium is strong.
Exactly what Big Cloud said earlier. You're the same person that could not wait to play this game. You're the same person that said Call of Duty's dead as soon as this comes out. Halo will be forgotten once this hits online.
Dude's getting caught in 4K
PC,
trying to compare like Blade screenshots or concept arts to last. I'm like, bro, what are we doing here, bro? Stop. Just stop.
Concept art.
It ain't even that deep. Number one, I can joke with K Mega any day of the week, but it ain't never got that deep. Ever. It's never that deep. It should never come down to this.
No.
That's like, no, dudes just weaponize gaming in the dumbest way possible. And then they look stupid when the corporation's like, oh, well, you know what? Especially when they don't respect you. First of all, they see you for what you are as a drone. When you're saying everything they put out there, even if it's bad, is good, what makes you think like logically that they thought that this was they thought this was not a bad idea to put this tweet out before Christmas. Think about that.
Right.
Think about
The thing that probably drives me nuts the most about this whole situation, it's not just The Last of Us, Naughty Dog, or Bungie. To me, it's just the whole protection and constant med packs that people are giving Sony and being like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong at all. They're going to find their way.
There's nothing wrong. You pay more for online. You got a pointless handheld. No dedicated hardware for the nothing. You got a pointless handheld on top of this.
Don't step me on
Y'all
that.
talking about streaming.
How long can you
but
honestly,
for years, y'all said streaming is bad.
Honestly go on and continue to keep just saying that there's not a problem? Like, does Sony literally have to go out of business before you recognize that there's
can steal the votes?
Bro, that's what it's going to have to be.
Sad part. They don't get it. It took to the PS3 gen for people to stop doing that, right? When Sony was on the dire end. Remember, they talking about closing doors anytime now. That was like constantly the articles I saw everywhere in regards to PlayStation when PS3 first came out. That was the main thing people were saying. After that whole situation got done and they redeemed themselves with PS4, you just got this like weird cult-like energy that just got thrown into the community. And I don't understand it. Yeah. Every corporation can mess up. It's up to you to keep them on the right track. Every corporation can get greedy. We've seen it with PlayStation. We've seen it with Microsoft, with Xbox One. Nobody will never forget
and Nintendo.
Xbox One and Nintendo. No one will ever forget the hashtag deal with a situation. No one. That will always be in everybody's minds when they think of Xbox at times.
I feel like PlayStation has a problem now. Like Ham was talking about what needs to happen for them for folks to accept that there's a problem. They have their biggest IP is Last of Us. Their biggest IP. They can't stick with a multiplayer experience for their biggest IP. Meanwhile, we were in the party talking about this, Ham, and K-Mega was there as well. You can't stick with Last of Us, but you're gonna stick with fair game. You're gonna stick with Marathon. You're gonna stick with all these. You're gonna stick with these games that you showed us this past year, but you can't stick with Last of Us. It doesn't inspire hope. It inspires absolutely no hope that this is happening.
Can y'all check this tweet out, guys?
What is this?
The most positive
point. The most positive outlook possible on Sony's inability to make multiplayer
the actual
games.
tweet.
Oh my god! Hold on.
Bro, Red Dragon is the worst shill I have ever seen. That man trying to spin everything.
He was the most prominent Xbox guy when I first jumped in and started doing content.
That's why I remember him as. Yeah, he used to be Team Green all the way. Him and Salty.
But the problem is that, like, you know what I'm saying, when that money don't get right, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're an Xbox gamer, you got to fight for, you got to fight for that content. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight for it because it's not the more popular on social media. And so when things got a little dire at home, this man said, well, I think I'm going to switch. Just like Crap, just like Mooch, just like, you know what I'm saying?
MBG is the worst. I've
been in the conversations of like, yo, what are y'all doing? It's business, and I get it. But the problem is that when you sit here and listen, it's like what you said, Bid. It's like what other people constantly say. It's like, listen, I don't care if you are a PlayStation first gamer. I don't care if you are an Xbox first gamer or a Nintendo first gamer. But keep it gaming. When shit is wrong, shit is wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just cannot come out and just say, well, you know what? The Xbox, and I was fighting I was getting my legs beat on the multiplayer on Next Gen's podcast. When I'm sitting here like, man, look, Xbox is going to come out this hole. It's looking bad right now, but Xbox is going to look. I can look at the positives here. And then when it finally happens, they quiet. They ain't saying shit. They ain't saying, well, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying? PlayStation is on this, PlayStation. They making every damn excuse. And I told people this back when Yoshida got demoted. And then after that, I even went even further in and was saying, like, when Sean Layden got let go, I said, and Andrew House left, I said, you can't lose prominent people or the most people like that. You cannot lose this type of talent and think that you can adjust. You know why I know? Because when these people started leaving Microsoft, leaving Xbox, what the hell happened for Xbox? How long did it take for Xbox to get their shit together?
Kaz Hirai is an icon in pop culture at this point when it comes to our childhoods and just gaming in general. Kaz Hirai left, went to the board of directors, and officially retired afterwards. Jack Tritton, who I talked to, shout out to Jack Tritton.
That's the man. That's the dude.
That's the GOAT. That's one of the greatest of all time. Gone from PlayStation. Sean Layden. Yeah. Sean Layden was just hitting his stride.
He was a dog. Yes.
He was just hitting that stride, getting the PlayStation community on his side, becoming charismatic. Because remember, when he first got on stage, he was nervous. He was choking up on his words.
Right. Everybody was clowning him because he was dressing like Phil Spencer, but he wasn't in his
that swag naturally came. He came up to par with it. And guess what? He became that guy. Adam Boyes, no longer with PlayStation. Andrew House, no longer with PlayStation. Yoshida, Kushiko Yoshida, no longer with PlayStation. It's like, bro, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like how many we lost in this record time.
Right.
And Jim Ryan now. Jim Ryan now in 2023. And Jim Ryan.
Just like some of the social media stuff. I mean, we just seen like just this week. I mean, Bungie, I mean, not Bungie, but Insomniac gets hacked. And a few days later, here comes The Last of Us having their tweet. But if you don't think that they're having a hard time,
there's a problem. There's a
problem there.
What does it tell you exactly when you go to look at a tweet and you can't reply to it?
And dudes try to say, oh, they've always been like that. Stop playing. Naughty Dog has never censored tweets. Never. They have never limited tweets.
I still remember.
They've never done that.
When the leaks came out
the leaks came out, they did.
Okay, that's a different story. They've never done that in terms of criticism on a game. They've never done that.
No, and also
they were criticized for killing Joel. They also after the leaks came out about Joel being killed, and people were criticizing them.
Yeah, they were posting it. Yeah. Because the script,
that was PlayStation. That was Sony. That was shutting shit down.
The thing about that too, though, Naughty Dog has had the worst leaks of any studio I have ever seen. I'm talking, they got the script, they had assets, they had the gameplay, they had all that stuff showing.
It was an inside job, but I don't know what the rumor. Yeah, it was an inside job, and I don't know what rumor was true or not. But this is also like Connie Booth, the one woman that has been there to write these stories has won all these awards for PlayStation.
You talking about Amy Hennig? Amy Hennig. You talking about her?
Amy Hennig was the first one. Connie Booth is the other woman that just recently left.
Yeah,
that's
she
what
made
I'm
over
saying.
100 games.
Right. Yeah. It's too many people that is prominent.
These are not small names. These are instrumental key figures. And guess what? If you ask them, it's in the fine print, not a single one of them said they wanted to resign. It just said they flat out resigned. Not a single one gave you a definitive reason
or they got fired.
Yeah,
right. And that shows you disarray. And listen, we're all adults here. We all had jobs or have jobs.
We laid off.
Sit there. We know when people get hell, when you sit there and you at work and you see all this layover happening, and you see your manager and other shit like this is leaving or gets fired. You know shit is about to get crazy. You know it. So what makes you think that Sony is immune from all this shit, all this turnover that's happening? On top of the fact, when you have, and me and Ham had this discussion, and I'm going to ask you this, Ben.
What's up?
I've bought PlayStation day one when PlayStation 1 first dropped when I was in college. And I'm 48 years old right now. And I remember the bad times, the hacking and all this, but I have never seen PlayStation have a year like 2023. This was PlayStation's worst year, in my opinion. Do you agree?
I agree. Because the thing is, even when PS4 first came out, remember, it was rough for PS4, kind of.
Yeah.
It only had like one seller and it had indies. It was an indie station.
Yeah.
It was called, that was the meme. It's the indie station. It was independent developer station.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That's content. At least you had content dropping on the console. First party, quote unquote, content. You had something. You had Resogun. You had something to fall on until the big heavy hitters came out. The fact that we went through 365 days for this particular year and you only got one game. And that is from the studio. And that is a studio that has flat out been instrumental. By the way, this has been the biggest bargain of all time. You only spent $250 million on the studio. You spent over $3 billion on Bungie. And Bungie hasn't even pumped out the amount of games that Insomnia Games has. That's crazy. And they have made their worth back 10 times.
Right. And check this. And this is what's another thing that's really crazy. Bungie, do not want this should tell you the indication of that there's a fire burning out there at Sony, because Bungie fired people in order to save themselves from being hostile, from having a hostile takeover from PlayStation. They made that public. They over here like, what? They send the back signal. Nobody's listening to your back signal because you're a thought in the gaming space. But the fact of it is, you sit there and you go publicly and let people know, well, we didn't want PlayStation to do a full takeover on it, so we fired these people. That shit should tell you something. You have a problem with PlayStation that much, you'll take the bag, but you don't want to listen to what they got to tell you to do, because obviously that means that they're going to put themselves in a bad situation. Man, I don't know why people sit there and they do this. The media is definitely coddling them and doing all this shit, trying to make people feel like PlayStation is doing this.
I get it. People want, the thing is, I get it, especially when it goes back to this E3 thing. No, you know what it is? It goes back to the E3 conversation. A lot of people want to do business, right? They want free what? Free things.
It's called
they want free games. A lot of people want that in general. A lot of people want that stuff. So a lot of people are trying to protect their quote unquote that connect, that plug, by not saying exactly how they feel. And those are people I don't trust as it is. When someone can flat out go on Twitter and give a bad state of play a 10 out of 10 and act like that state of play was a must-have. It was the most incredible thing ever. And then lie to you and act like, well, guys, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, Last of Us Factions is fine. But guess what? They never been known for that. Bro, when they do this, I don't trust the damn thing that comes at you.
You can't.
I can't trust the thing that comes at you. They're not worthy of my time.
They beat the hell out of Forza Motorsport, and it's Starfield.
But Cat for Foam Stars. Think about that type of stuff, or Destruction All Stars. It's like, bro, it's so many weird avenues this stuff goes into. Everybody, you can name a bad game on Xbox. Guess what? You can name just as bad one on PlayStation. And guess what the difference is? PlayStation dudes are standing by them.
You know,
trying their best. Forspoken. Okay, Mega? Forspoken. Dudes capping for Forspoken. Why? Not because it's a good game, because it's only on PlayStation on the time. That's the only reason.
And I be Forspoken. And I'm looking at it saying like, why I don't see too many PlayStation dudes over here repping this. I'm an Xbox dude. I'm over here repping. I'm over here saying, look, it had a horrible launch. The game is better than what it got received, than how it was received. And then the whole situation where these people are talking so much about these games, but then they're not supporting them to the point to where studios are being dissolved. Hell, you're not going to get another Final Fantasy 16
they better at being hype men.
Or Forspoken.
They're better at being hype men than they are at supporting. And this has always been a constant problem. And we saw this with the PlayStation 3 gen. Y'all remember how it was? Dudes hyped up every single new IP from PlayStation. And then when it came to show up, when it comes to supporting, those games was doing like 2 million, 3 million. You remember how abysmal sales were? They were doing bad. It took Last of Us 1. Y'all remember this? It took Last of Us 1 for them to legit break that whole cycle, and then things started to actually get better because people started to get more and more into PlayStation games. Uncharted 2 saved the console overall because that was a wild type of game and people wanted to get into that game. But keep it a buck. After Uncharted 2 sells, which did do well, Uncharted 3 didn't match Uncharted 2 sales. It did okay, but it didn't match Uncharted 2 sales. You know what I'm saying? I'm a PlayStation dude. I can tell you this. I remember this correctly. Why? Because I was there. I was there day one for all of this stuff. All these games did not do crazy well. They didn't start doing well until after PS4 when
super chats.
going back to them.
Let me get to the super chats. Silent Cypher, thank you so much. Says rest assured, Ham, there's no Xbox tax.
Oh Lord, that told.
Silent Cypher again. Thank you so much. Silent Cypher says mooch, crap, etc. A bunch of weak-spined, fair weather fans.
Listen. I think it's just opportunity. They're opportunists.
Bro. They're not fans. They stand.
They're opportunists. I mean, like, listen. I like crap in mooch. They've always been decent people to me. But the fact of it is that they're opportunists. They seen the opportunity to switch over, and they did. Crap trying to come back to do this. It's not working like he anticipated. And that's unfortunate. I told him, look, you can try to make that come back.
I like Mooch. Mooch is my guy. And the thing is, and I tell Mooch this all the time, that's my guy. Thing about Mooch, though, I can vouch for Mooch, and I've actually been there. I played games with Mooch. Mooch actually plays these PlayStation games.
Oh yeah,
I give all the props in the world to Mooch.
Yeah, I played Destiny with him.
There's too many bad actors that don't play the PlayStation games, but they'll hype them up the wazoo, and that's where the real disconnect is.
Like, and the extra problem on top of that, to me,
it happens with Xbox gamers too.
No. But the extra layer of what I saw with like Reforged Gaming, K-Mega. Reforged Gaming was
there's people like Mooch. Hold up real quick. There's people like Mooch out there that he's a pretty cool dude that's willing to talk to whoever.
Oh yeah, Mooch is great.
He's been that good dude. He's always been cool.
Yeah, him and Crap are great.
Yeah, love Mooch. That's the homie.
As for other, content creators or stands or whatnot that really only want you to come to their podcast so they can gang up on you and try to beat you down and stuff like that. And I don't understand that.
That's the old next gen method. You know what I'm saying? Like that was
low key.
Which is
it's to next gen. So many people stole this man's style and trying to
roll
with it.
When they call people ponies, that's Z shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and him
he became legend status when the pony thing took off.
Ain't out of eye, but you know what I'm saying? But you can't take away from what the man has done. To get gaming podcasts to the way they are. BGST was the biggest and best thing that there was. Mm-hmm. And he sit there, he put Mooch, he put Crap on, he put Dealer on, he helped my gaming career. He sit there and he put a lot of people on. But the fact of it is that the fuck shit is what is the thing of it is where like it is fuck shit. Like I couldn't be a part of it. Like I'm not being a part of that.
I don't like the whole snake-like behavior. Watch my back everywhere I go.
Right. That's what I was like. I gotta step aside.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming on the show, and especially if it's a weekly thing, bro. If obviously I would think, we cool, we on this top. But no, I ain't think I gotta watch my back. I ain't like, bro, I don't know about that.
Gotta take it for what it is.
Scarface type of shit.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, man, yo,
I get it. I get it though.
Ozzy, you've been very quiet. Cozy Beluga.
Oh, so the only thing I'd say is the one that I was like, I'm agreeing because, and this one actually really hurts. Like, you won't hear me talk a lot about play, but I loved Factions.
Same here.
I love Factions. Factions was solid, and I was like, it just needs a little more expansive. And I think the problem is like
more content and more modes. That's really, really needed. Like it was very strict. Like interrogation was my go-to because I loved how like we got more playtime interrogation as opposed to supply run. But yeah,
and that could have been doable. Like when Matt said, like, why don't you just make it a multiplayer? That could have been so doable.
Yes.
And they didn't do that. And then also on the topic of like, capping for games and stuff like that and whatever Sony does. The one that like really upset me was how much vitriol I saw towards Helldivers too. And I was like, I absolutely love Helldivers. It's like such a solid game. Like,
but it's not going to be supported though, because it's not that in that Sony wheelhouse template like that those stands like to sit there and talk about. That's the thing. Like they'll talk bad about. Like I was I'm sorry. I was over here bragging the shit out of Bleeding Edge, and I still do to this day. Even though the game is pretty much dead, it's out there. You can still play on it. Yeah, there's a few people that still hop on. But that's the difference between a person that is a gamer. They're going to support it regardless if it's popular or if it's not. That's the reason for me where I'm like, I see all these people that have talked all these shit that's saying, well, see, PlayStation, they care about people of color. They care about this and that. Look at Forspoken. And you bitch asses didn't even go out there and play that shit. You didn't even represent it like you said you was going to do. but I'm over here as an Xbox dude doing the work for you, helping out, trying to support, trying to get a person of color to sit there that's the main protagonist to help to see if she get a sequel, and y'all bums can't even do that. But then yet you'll sit there and you're gonna go cap for it. Final Fantasy 16. Yo, I don't want to put black people on the game, but that game right there is gonna sell 3 million. And then you call us the coons and all that, bro. You're killing me. You kill me. That's why I can never be a stan. I got love for PlayStation. Don't want to go nowhere, but
bro, I found out the hard way where that stan behavior gets you. You know, I found out the hard way. Like you can be a diehard fan, you can talk about it, but it's always soon as you talk about like soon as a stan, as soon as you incorporate that stan-like behavior into it, you just become so susceptible to shit that you don't even see coming because you're so blinded by the company that you love. Like you just, people don't get it. People are not vigilant. That's the problem.
The mic is up and down, man. It's weird.
Yeah. When they're saying I'm peeking out because I got passionate. So never mind. let me revert back. I'm done.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot of frustration on everybody's end though in regards to it because we know things could be 5 times better. We have seen it. We have lived through it. We know this for a fact. Yeah. Dude saying, "Oh, gaming's changing. It's too expensive." It has nothing to do with game being expensive at all. It's the fact that the lack of effort, the same effort that we saw back then, ain't being reciprocated. That's the problem. A lot of you just are so acceptable of dumb shit that you give passes to it, and that's why you got it.
And we have come to the end of the show. If you want some more dunking on Sony,
that was an epic.
On PlayStation, it's called GRG Gaming. It's going to be on in about an hour and 30 minutes. Get your second pair of drawers. You're going to need it. Big Cloud Gaming, please tell everyone where they can find you. Plug.
Yeah.
Ahead,
yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Number one, it was fun. Been wanting to come on the show, so I appreciate it. Shout out to Solo for the invite. I appreciate it. And shout out to everybody. Mega's always cool chopping up with you.
Yeah, for real.
I owe you a few rounds in Tekken. So what's up?
Let's do it.
That. I mean, we got Tekken. We got Tekken 7 still, but you know, Tekken 8 is around the corner. So you pick your poise.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just hit me up anytime you want to play, man.
You on Steam, right? You got on Steam too?
I got it on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. So yeah, Tekken, I got it on PlayStation, but I'm just wondering because if you're gonna play it on, it's not Tekken 7 is not cross play. That's right, it's not.
It has to be PC in that particular case for that one.
I got it on PC though too.
But I refuse to play for Plus. So
all right, I got you. So we can do it on Steam, no problem.
All right, sound good. Right. So yeah, for sure. Also, we got Tekken 8 anyway, so you know it is what it is. So you know that one's crossplay. So that's where the real one. That's where the real battles again. So
hell
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun,
shout out to you. I appreciate it. Good hanging out with you, Cozy. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Matt. I got you on my 1080p monitor. I go, what the hell? And Loki as well. You as well. But I appreciate it. As Big Cloud Gaming everywhere. Appreciate everybody in the chat. And hey man, here's the hoping 2024 is a good year for gaming. Here's the hoping. You know, hopefully we get some surprises. Hopefully we get some epic moments. But hey man. You know, I'm not a miracle worker, man. I'm just a content creator and a writer. You can also find me on Lognet, lordsofgaming.net. I'm a writer there. You can catch all my written reviews. Got a few in the pipeline there. And you can also catch me on IGN's playlist as a curator. So, appreciate y'all.
Nice. Vic, the MF Click says, amazing episode, guys. And Cozy. Obviously, has to shout out Cozy specifically. And that is not weird or awkward. At all. Matt, please.
Yes.
Sorry. K-Mega. Please tell everyone where they can find you. Plug.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate it. You can catch me on my channel, K-Mega405. You can catch me on Twitter, being messy as usual, at K-Mega4. We'll be starting to get back into doing Fight Night Sundays again, starting in the beginning of the year in 2024. So that will be on Twitch under the same name, K-Mega405. Yeah, Fight Night will return. I don't know how we're gonna compete with all these sweet pots and things like that. But yeah, and lot lizards, but we'll do what we can, man. But other than that, yeah, man. Hopefully, y'all come and check out GRG tonight. Like I said, it'll be on here in about an hour and a half.
I will be unsubscribing. That's what I'm.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And Bit, we're gonna have to get you on when you got time for GRG, man. Sometime going in the future, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's an honor to work with you, man. It was great. It was fun. So thank you guys for inviting, man, as always. And let's keep it moving.
Hey, Lady Foxfire. Didn't know you was in here. Welcome.
Woo!
Super chat from Vic. The MF click. Everybody is treating Log like a foreign exchange student this whole episode.
No.
Log, how do you say how much for the night in your native tongue?
No.
So
Let's go.
Vic, if you had ended the super chat with the question mark, I would have said it, but I don't know if you're asking a question or if you're just making a statement. I don't know.
Why don't you say it in your native tongue, Texas?
Say it in your native tongue.
Don't do
Was
it.
it how much for the night?
Because some of that southern twang.
Right. I'll make it brief. I will make it brief. This is how you say it. Quanto é que é por noite? Silent Cypher
Portuguese.
for the super chat. Silent Cypher for the super chat. Thank you so much. Member super chat says Foam Stars is going to be PlayStation Game of the Year 2024. Cannot wait.
At this rate, with these bad actors, I wouldn't disagree. It's going to be the best multiplayer PlayStation game for 2020.
Pretty much.
Put it past.
All right. Matt, please tell everyone where they can find you. Plug.
You can find me on Twitter at Matt Likes Games, and then YouTube, Matt Likes Games videos every Monday and Friday. And then on Wednesday, I do the 2-player podcast with Ham Solo. That is at 2 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. And that is where you can find me. And here every Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Can we find you
on
here?
Bull Sitting. You can.
And it's on the screen. If you're not looking at it, it's on the screen
Matt
right
Licks
now.
Games.
Holy shit. It is on the screen.
He literally licks them, like takes them out the case, licks them, then puts them in the corner.
That's what I do. That is what I do, Loke. That's what I do, Loke.
Vic, do you speak Portuguese?
Is your licking content only live?
Yeah, that's a good question. Matt,
is your licking content only live?
A lot of questions right there.
Is your licking content live, Matt?
Yes.
All right.
24/7. Never stops.
Hey man, it's TSWS.
I'm live right now.
More weird. All right, so
I'm out.
So Cozy Beluga is not going to plug. Cozy Beluga is not going to plug and stuff because she needs to ask me for permission, and I have not given it. You can find Cozy Beluga on Twitter. You can also find her on Twitch. That godforsaken site. It is COSYBELUGA.
She's selling
on
bath
both.
water.
On Twitch.
Oh no.
On Twitch, he's really there.
Her and a bird's bath water.
Twitch.
Oh no.
But when she does stream on Twitch, it's good stuff. She's always clothed. I promise you can watch that stream with your kids. It's not a problem.
Her bird isn't though.
Cozy also has a comic book coming out next year, January 26th. $100 a pop. It's better than buying Amaranth's water. So please make sure you're saving up. The 26th is coming. It's very close. It's $100 a pop. The comic book is going to be fire. All right.
Oh man.
Ham. Before I plug our stuff and do the last point, go ahead. Want to say anything?
Oh no, I ain't got shit to say. I gotta go. That's what I gotta say.
You got nothing to say. All right. Well, this was fun.
What happened?
Damn,
man.
Oh wow.
Was it fun? Was it fun?
Yes, it was fun. It was fun. Now all you motherfuckers
You hurt my eyes.
Anyway,
Damn, your camera's in like 20p.
His webcam from
I'll
like
say that.
1994.
Doesn't matter how much you touch the camera, Loke. It's not good.
No, touching
No,
the camera,
if-
you can't.
I reduced
cameras-
the sharpness. You see, it's sharper now. Anyway,
No, it's not.
If,
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's still fuzzy, but that's
WWF,
a stream
I'm
yard
a
thing.
mute.
he don't want
everyone
IGN to
now. Like,
see that
everyone.
Xbox standing there. He just want,
Just-
yeah, man.
just muting everyone. Anyway, TSWS, this was bullshit, and thank you so much for coming through. We do this every Friday. We have special guests on, but the normal panel that's so you usually hear is me, Ham, Cozy, and Matt on Fridays. Sundays, I do my solo podcast. Mondays, Ham and K Mega do the crossover on K Mega's channel or on TSWS. They alternate. This past week it was on TSWS. Next week it's going to be on K Mega 04's channel on YouTube. Tuesday is the lowdown with me and Ham Solo. We just chat and it's a good time most of the time. And then we start talking about the Raiders and it falls all over the place. Wednesdays, like Matt said, it's the two-player podcast on Matt's channel, 2 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. Thursdays is Behind Them Sticks. Ham Solo interviews individuals in the gaming community. We haven't had time to put in like Phil Spencer or Jim Ryan. We're very busy right now, but probably in January we're going to get Sarah Bond if Ham has time. Okay, one more super chat before we go. Cypher, thank you so much, Cypher. IGN's editing your bandwidth log. Obey master. Listen. The IGN guy here, right? The IGN guy here is Bit, all right? You have something to say? You say it to Bit. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We're looking forward to GRG. Y'all have a great weekend.